Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report, with a very special day here at Chat Sports. We are doing a 3-round Chat Sports mock draft where the hosts, me, drafting for the Raiders, are going to be breaking down why we are taking certain players at certain positions. Now, since this is a 3-round mock, obviously we have the number 1 overall pick. I don't know who y'all want me to take number 1 overall, but if you want me to take Mendoza, give me some Mendozas down below. Then we got to figure out what we're doing in round 2, pick 36, round 3, pick 67. What's really cool about this mock, though, I'm making the picks for the Raiders. Our Jets guys making the picks for the Jets. Our Cardinals guys making the picks for the Cardinals. We are doing a live mock draft here at Chat Sports, the same way that you're going to see it next week, because we got one freaking week, man. 1 week, and this guy becomes a Raider. I know I'm not the only one fired up. So what we're going to do today as a team is we're going to test out some of our graphics. We're going to flex our draft muscles here a little bit, and we want to give you guys the best proper showing of what the draft is. But I also want y'all to understand, this is kind of like our NFL draft preseason game here at Chat Sports, so we're going to be testing out a lot of different things. So be a little bit more patient with us, because we are going to be doing some different things from time to time today. Also, yesterday was the final day for Raiders Top 30 visits. Because this mock draft is going to begin in about 55 minutes from now, let's talk about some Raiders news, let's talk about some Raiders rumors, and let's talk about some of those top 30 visits. I did put out a video earlier this morning where I ranked all 22 of the Raiders' top 30 visits from worst to the best. Guess who was number 1? The guy I'm going to be drafting later on here in a little bit. I'm also going to be looking at some Raiders draft targets because, at the end of the day, this isn't just a me show. Let's talk about who we should look at 36. Let's talk about who we might want at 67. So I'm going to let y'all do that. We're going to weigh in with that as well. Also today, our moderators, if you guys are here in the building, we're going to be doing a moderator race. I'm doing a Raiders Report Chat Sports mock draft next Monday. So not next Monday, this upcoming Monday, 4/20. And I'm having the Raiders Report watchers do that mock draft. So if you're a moderator and you're here at the end of the show, I'm going to put all y'all in a duck race. Whoever wins, you get to be in that mock draft. At the end of the day, moderators do a lot for this channel. They do a lot for us here. And on shows like today is where we definitely appreciate you. And I hope that I always tip my cap to you. And then, if you want to win a little bit of money, $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. We will do this duck race after the mock draft near the end of the show. So I will do my best to keep you guys up to date on all the stuff that we always do. But I'm telling you this right now, I was so excited to be able to come into work today. I was so fired up for today's Chat Sports Live mock draft. I feel like as a grown adult, it's almost like field day. You remember field day when you were in elementary school? You couldn't wait to run around? I can't wait to run around today with the guys here at Chat Sports. So we are 1 week away, y'all. 1 week away from Roger Goodell walking up to the podium. Every time I say it, I literally get chills, so I'm going to keep doing it. With the first pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. If you want to shout out here on the Raiders Report, spam Mendoza. If you think that he's QB1, spam Mendoza. If you want to see him in silver and black, spam Mendoza. If you want me to draft Ty Simpson today, you're in the wrong chat, Dan Orlovsky. We got 53 minutes until this mock draft gets it going. I see my brother from another, Yoda Jenkins, Ed Robbins here in the group. Justin Buckman. Justin, I've been seeing all your comments you've been dropping on videos, man. Shout out to you. My opinion. We're going to talk about that, my opinion. I see Excavator, Bada, Yuta. What's going on, Ed? Rebel Montana. Jeremy Chuggs is fired up. His wife, I'll tell you this, Jeremy's wife is so excited to have Fernando Mendoza join Raider Nation. I promise you that.
I promised her a Fernando Mendoza Raiders jersey once he's drafted. She said she already roots for the Raiders, but Fernando Mendoza might make the Raiders one of her top teams, if not the top team.
Raiders, Texans in the household. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
With Fernando Mendoza, she might be more of a Raider than a Texan.
Let's go. Let's frickin' go, man. If you want to shout out here in the building, we already got 300 people here ready to rock and roll. What up, Nash? Juan, Yoda? I'm telling you guys, I'm ready. I'm fired up because I'm also fired up to see And again, I'm going to do this draft the way that I want to do this draft. I'm not going to do it the way Clint maybe does it, the way John does it. I don't know the way that they're going to do it. So to me, I'm going to do this mock draft in terms of what I think would be best for the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go to a super chat coming in here from Pop Toes. Pop Toes, what's up, nation? I hope we're all feeling good today. Bro, I'm feeling great today, man. I couldn't wait to hang out with all of y'all. I couldn't wait to do this mock draft. Anytime I get the opportunity to do an extra live show on this program, I am. Like, truthfully, I woke up this morning, I heard my alarm go off, I popped right up out of bed, and I said, you know what, dude, I can't wait to do a live mock draft in front of Raider Nation with my Chat Sports team. Just being here at Chat Sports as long as I have over the last 8 years, being able to do shows like today is a real, wow, we've come so far. And I know, our team here has worked really hard, but you guys have also been a part of that journey as well. So, shout out to all y'all that wake up every single day and want to be a part of our community, because I wake up every day to do my job. You guys wake up every day to join this community, and I don't take that lightly at all, and I hope that you guys know that. What up, Juan? Malachi? What's going on, Malachi? It's good to see you. Taino Raider in the building, another moderator. Mamba Raider. Let's frickin' get this thing going. So, in terms of the deals that we are doing today, and if I didn't already mention this, today's entire show is presented by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is really upping their game, and I love the fact that they want to be a part of our program all the time. That is a huge, huge, big, pat on the back for me. I got a whole new love for Prize Picks. I'm not going to lie to you, Reed. I actually already got a Prize Picks lineup in. We'll show you here in a little bit. I got a baseball game going, and if you're a Dodgers fan, if you're an A's fan, I know the Mets have lost 8 straight games. I don't want to hear it from you at all. So our mock draft deals that we're doing today is, if you want to get your questions, comments up on the show, you are going to have to super chat. The one thing that I will say is be a little bit patient today because we're doing our mock draft. While the draft is going on, I'm just going to be clear. If it's not a $100 super chat, you're going to have to probably wait to get that super on screen. But that's why I'm going to stay live an hour after. So if we have a bunch of questions, I'm going to answer those questions after the NFL draft, because I know the way that we typically run this show, but today's also, like I said, a little bit of a preseason. It's also for Reed to be able to try to execute some of the new graphics that we have. And so just be a little bit more patient with us. But like I said, if you throw in a bang, if you're trying to bang today, we'll get that thing up on screen ASAP, yeah. Rocky.
I was going to say, if it's we're here an hour early.
Yep.
And an hour after.
Let's go.
If you want to talk about anything right now,
let's go.
Now's the time to do it. And if you're like, oh, I want to talk about maybe the picks we made, then after the draft. But during the draft, it's going to be a little difficult just because this is our, like you said, this is our preseason.
Yep.
This is my second draft because I did it last year. My first day actually was it's coming up. It's like April 25th was my first day 2 years ago.
Oh wow! See, look at that. And now Reed's.
So I've been here for 2 drafts. It'll be 3 this year. But all I was doing was inputting the picks for Sam.
Yep.
My first day.
Sure.
And then last year I was with Matthew Peterson, and that one was a little different because I was live on 3 channels.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit easier this time.
Maybe.
Just being live on 1 channel.
Maybe we'll test that theory. Reminder, if you want to get in our duck race today, $20 Venmo in order to do so. If anybody here buys any merch, one thing that I've been trying to do is get more people up here on this show. But again, if anybody buys any merch today, I'll give you a shout out. If you end up banging because you're excited for Mendoza, let it be known. I do have a deal out there that if we get 15 bangs today, I understand it's a lot of bangs. 15 bangs today for Mendoza. I will start tomorrow's happy hour show, which I'm telling you right now, I believe Bayou Raider is going to be getting in Mount Raider more. I really think it's going to be a crazy, crazy show tomorrow. And if we get 15 bangs today, I will start tomorrow's live show with the boot, and I will go live an hour and 30 minutes extra. I thought 1.5 hour and a half. That's how I ended up doing it. So hopefully that all makes sense to each and every one of y'all out there. So those are our deals today. Very, very simple, very effective in terms of I just want to talk Raiders. I want to talk about the draft, and I want to do this very much so as if it was a real NFL mock draft.
So before we tell them about our very, very amazing sponsor,
yep,
let's tell them what we're doing today. right?
So,
So some people are like, oh, Chat Sports mock draft.
Yep.
What does that even mean?
So
right?
our Chat Sports mock draft is, we did this for the first time last year, and it's essentially every host from each team, right? I cover the Raiders. Reed actually covers the Buccaneers. Are they going to slack you in terms of like what you want to make for picks?
I potentially have a trade.
Okay.
But when it gets to the Buccaneers spot, I will go like this.
And
I will input my pick to the commissioner.
So throughout the years, obviously this show company, we've continued to grow. So we now have a host for all 32 NFL teams. So just like I'm going to make the picks for the Raiders, all of our hosts today, they will be making the picks for their personal teams. And we're going to do the first 3 rounds. The Raiders have pick 1, 36, and 67. I will say this, trades are possible, and trades are already happening behind closed doors. The first pick is going to be at 3:10 p.m. Eastern time, so that's probably about 57 minutes from the moment we are right now. Each time we get 60 seconds to make a pick, there's going to be some downtime for us to catch our breath, for us to just do some other things that we have to do as a company. But this is what our Chat Sports mock draft is, and if you enjoy today's
we did have a
show,
trade already.
We don't have to show. We'll do them during I'd rather save them for the actual draft. The way, though, that I really want this to happen is, again, I want this to be as close to a real live NFL mock draft as we can. And if this is successful and you guys enjoy this, then, hey, we'll be able to do it again next year. I'm at the point where we're so close to the draft that all I really want to do is the draft. It's kind of like a week before Christmas. We get to test out Christmas. So I'm hyped up. I'm ready to do it. I know I'm not the only Raiders fan that is ready to absolutely get this NFL draft kicked off because, man, oh, man, I'm excited for this season to start. And I'm going to show you my season-long lineup here in just a moment over on Prize Picks. But today's live show is presented by Prize Picks, and I promise you, you're going to be hearing a lot about Prize Picks the entire upcoming year because they showed up and showed out, and we're showing up and showing out for them. And if you want to shout out anytime I'm talking about Prize Picks today, all the real ones know what to do. Today is made possible by America's #1 sports pick app, that's Prize Picks. Sign up for Prize Picks with code HMA and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. It's simple to play. I would say a caveman could do it, or maybe just my dad. And if my dad can do it, I promise you, you can also get started with Prize Picks, Ezekiel and Yoda Jenkins. And if you get your picks right, you can cash in. Also, they got a brand new feature where you can follow me on the app, at MitchellRens365. You can also follow your friends, other people that you just like their picks. And you can also follow Reed. You can follow Chugs. You can follow just about anybody, I believe, now at Chat Sports. You just got to know their handle. Like mine on social media is at MitchellRens365. I'm also there on Prize Picks. So my season-long lineup that I am doing for the Silver and Black, and this is important to mention, if you're doing a lineup, you have to pick a player from a different team. So the player that I ended up picking from the different team was Josh Allen, but that's because he's had 6 straight years with more than that amount of passing yards. I just think that Allen's going to stay healthy. I think he is a person that you look at, and I do personally root for just simply because the Bills haven't won a Super Bowl ever, and Josh Allen's an easy guy to root for. On top of that, Brock Bowers, more. You know why? I know he had 680 yards last year, but dude had 1,194. Do we think that the offense is going to be better this season? God, I freaking hope so. If you're saying yes to that, go more. Ashton Genty, 5 rushing touchdowns last season. Clint Kubiak, I'm looking at you, man. If our offensive line ain't better, and if Genty doesn't have more opportunities to score, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. But I do believe in Genty. I do believe in this offense. I believe in the Raiders more and more. And then Max Crosby. He has been less than 11.25 sacks the past 2 years, but there's a part of me that just, I think it's going to be the chip on the shoulder, that extra year to show everybody wrong, especially frickin' DaCosta. And this is a $10 lineup. It's called a power play to win $100. So if you want to roll with that lineup, give me a follow on Prize Picks at MitchellRens365 and download the Prize Picks app today with the link in the comments and in the description. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. We're going to keep it moving with some supers. And like I said, we're going to go through some top 30 visits. We got a lot of stuff to talk about here in the next 42 minutes. What's up, Mitch? Raider Nation, love y'all. Sherlock, man, you've been showing up and showing out a lot. And, I am a person that's always going to remember pictures. I'm a guy that's going to remember names. Also showing up and showing out for Chugs. Truly, truly awesome, dude. Appreciate you. Again, like I love the fact that you guys rock with everybody here at Chat Sports, not just me, right? It's like if you meet my wife, I want you to be a bigger champion for her. I want you to show her more respect than you do me because I can handle it. Though, she's a little spicy, so be careful. I'm just going to say that. Be careful. Michelle, Mitch, huge fan. Raider Nation for life. Michelle, if there's one thing that I know about Raider Nation, we got a lot of people that are diehard fans here that deserve to frickin' win. Mamba, Mitch, thank you for all the grinding. A lot of grinding. Apparently, I'll tell you this. If you want to know my number one go-to move in the club, it's the grind. Sickest dude for Raider content, no doubt. To me, I am somebody where I know that our team here works hard, but you guys show up, and I feel like I say this 100 times every single week, but it's as simple as, and today, the way that I am as a grown man, the way that I am as just a person is, it's amazing to me how, when I was younger, I wanted my circle to be big, right? And the older and older I've gotten, my circle has gotten smaller because I want to focus on people that, show up and show out for me every single day. And Raider Nation is truly like that other side of the family. I know I always say you don't got to be blood to be family, but I love my job. I take it seriously. I hope that people know that watch this show. I love Raider Nation, and I do truly hope that there's some day where I get to shake some hands, give out some hugs to everybody that watches this program. What up, Santi Valdez? This is a $20 super chat, I believe from Mexico. Hell yeah, Monterrey, if only I could read. Can't wait for Fernandito. Love the Latino community he is going to attract to the team. I think he's going to attract Indiana people. That's one of the largest alumni bases. I know that there's already a lot of Raiders fans that are in Mexico. My wife's family, they're from Mexico City. Spanish speaking. Alex always jokes with me oh, well, English is my second language. But though she speaks English probably better than I do, quite frankly. It's not even, I know for a fact she speaks English better than I do. But to me, I think what's great about Fernando Mendoza, and honestly what I kind of respect about, again, I only know a few Mexican people that are in my family, but they'd be willing to give the shirt off their back for, you know what I mean? When the first time I went out to Oakland, it was it didn't even matter if people knew me or not. They're here's some food, here's some drinks. They literally give you the clothes off their back, and it's what I appreciated about Raider Nation. And I'll tell you this right now. If somebody bangs on this show, hell, I might give this shirt off my own back, and I might give it to somebody. You know what? F it. Whoever is the MVP on today's show, I'm taking this shirt, well, at the end of the program. I'm giving you my Mendoza shirt. I'll sign it, and I'm sending it to you. Whoever is the MVP. Shirt off my back, going to Raider Nation. If it's too small for you, I don't know what to tell you. If it's too big for you, I don't know. Yeah, frame it, right? Shit.
Yeah, if it's too small, just frame it.
Or just don't use it for anything weird. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Sleep in it.
Sleep in it. Yikes. It depends. Depends how you want to sleep with it. Santi, Sherlock, picking 36 is giving me anxiety. Defensive tackle, wide receiver. I'll say this right now. Who would you guys want to go with that pick 36, right? I know Fernando Mendoza is going to be the pick, right? And if you expect me to go a different route today, clearly, you know who I'm going to be drafting in this mock. You know it. I know it. We all know it. But I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I feel the exact same way of, I feel bad for saying I'm more interested in pick 36, but pick 36 is I wonder what it could be pick. And, today, I want to see how round one goes. I want to see who's going to be available to us. And really, there are two players that are in my mind that if they're on the board here at 36, it's going to be hard for me not to draft them, and that's Denzel Boston. And the other player that I've really been looking at is Caden McDonald, Ohio State defensive tackle. I think both of those players, for what I truly value, trench work for a defensive tackle on a 3-4, and then getting Mendoza, a number one receiver, and Denzel Boston. If those two players aren't available, I'll say this, I will probably have to look at another direction. I might hop on a phone call. I might try to make a trade. I've had some people call me looking at that pick number 36, so I'll be curious to see what ends up going down there. But I see Denzel Boston from Raider Fan wants to get it going. I see McDonald over Boston from Ed Robbins. which it's kind of where I'm sitting at as well, man. But I hear you. And if you haven't yet voted, I'm looking right now at the live poll. 47% of people want me to go with a wide receiver at pick 36.
I mean, so what I'm thinking, though, is pick 36 going to get you a wide receiver 1?
I hope.
Is Denzel Boston a wide receiver 1?
On our team.
You think he's better than Jalen Naylor?
Yep. I do.
Better than Trey Tucker?
Yep.
All right.
I think Denzel Boston.
Then I think wide receiver. I mean, I think you have to, once you get to pick 36, you look at all your options and you say, the wide receivers that are left, is he going to be a wide receiver 1?
And he might not be a receiver 1 on every team, but he would be a receiver 1 on our team. And I think that that's also going to be part of the equation. I've done a lot of mock drafts. I've been practicing a bunch. But to me, I'm looking at those 2 spots for us in terms of our biggest needs overall. Though I want to try to find a free safety. I'm going to try to, again, today I got 3 picks. So in my mind, I would love to be able to get a wide receiver, our quarterback, and then I'm going to try to get another defensive player. But at the same time, I'm going to try to get the best players available. I'm going to get the best guys, and I'm going to ask y'all as well. So it'll be kind of cool to see how this mock draft ends up going down. We're essentially in the war room together today. Would you trade up for Boston or Dylan Thieneman? I promise you this right now, that ain't going to happen. I will not be trading up in this mock unless certain players do really, fall down. I'm not team trade up into the first round. I still want to be able to use some of our other picks, some of our other capital, because I still think that we have some other needs out there. But for me to have to draft Dylan Thieneman, who's, again, my number 1 safety in this year's class, I'd have to give up a first-round pick next year, and I ain't going to do that. So I like the question. I appreciate the question. But today, I do not plan on trading up because I don't really want the Raiders to trade up, because I think if you go from 36, even if it was up to the late 20s, you're going to have to give up that third-round pick, and I want to be able to hang on to that third-rounder. What up, Robert? Raiders Report asked me a question. I answered it, but couldn't afford the cost to post it. Look back in the comments. I know you commented something about trading, because I was the one that commented on it, but I don't see it back there, Robert. I'll just say this. To me, if Boston and Caden McDonald aren't there at 36, I will entertain the idea of trading back. But then again, there could be other great players still that are on the board. What's cool about this mock is, you can run simulations on PFF, PFN, and sometimes you kind of get to know who's going to be available in these spots. I don't know who's going to be available to me. And with the amount of trades that are going on, it's I'm open for all business.
This is going to be fun.
I am, man.
It's going to be very fun.
I cannot wait for what's going to go down here today. Though we do have 450 people watching this show right now. I know we're doing a race later on with our mods to get them in a mock draft. So I'm asking the moderators, let's get this thing up to 420 likes. Maybe that's me just having a little bit of high hopes. But you know what? I got a lot of hopes. I got a lot of peeps here, and I know that if y'all have my back, you can hit that like button. It's 100% free to be able to do it. I'm going to be somebody that I'm going to ask you to do things from time to time, but I ask those things because I know that they help me and my team out. Just like if there's something that you guys are going through, something that you're dealing with, whether it's a loss of a puppy. I literally just watched the show the other day when our one Raider fan in here, I'm trying to think of his pug's dog's name, but we were kind of celebrating the life of that. You guys tell me when you guys are dealing with stuff. I tell you when I'm going through stuff, and I think that's what friends, that's what family do. And even if it's something like hitting a like button, it helps me. It helps Reed. It helps our company. And if it helps me, I'm not afraid to ask y'all at this point. You know what I mean? It'd be like if we were hanging out and you looked at me and Reed was like, "Hey, can I get $10 to help pay for my parking?" I don't have $10. Yeah, I'm gonna give you $10. It's like if you need me, I got you. If I got something in my teeth, I hope that you tell me. If you don't tell me, then I don't think that we're actually friends. Marcos, Dan, Suave, Zalesbo are all here, and they're hitting that like button. And again, we got 33 minutes until our Chat Sports mock draft does officially get underway. And while we are leading up to that, I figured let's talk about some prospects. So let's look at some of these top 30 visits real quick here, and then we can go back to some of the Super Chats. I still think that we have a few in there.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Just wanted to be able to point out here really quick, and I tried to break them up a little bit differently. So on the offensive side of the football, quarterback, offensive guard, running back, these are the 3 players here. I mean, you got Mendoza. He's going to be your number 1 overall pick. Chase Basantis, really interesting day 2 guy. Kalen Black, good running back, had 12 top 30 visits, so I think there was a lot of question marks around him based on some of the scouts that I talked to. I also think I spelled Kalen's name wrong. It's Kelon. Sorry, just swap the E and the L. Kalen Black, he's been a running back that we've been kind of looking at for a while. No BS type of runner. Gets north and south. Does a lot of solid things in that regard. And then you look at the wide receivers. I mean, the Raiders did so much homework on this wide receiver class. 8 top 30 visits from this position alone. And they kind of range from dudes that you're going to be looking at from pick 36, dudes that you're going to be looking at a little bit in the mid-rounds, and then you're looking at some guys that might fall down as late-rounders, UDFAs. Like your UDFA options here are Anthony Smith, Caleb Douglas. Those are guys that are going to go a little bit later on. Then you're looking at the Ted Hurst, the Zachariah Branches. I think those are more your day 2 guys, kind of in that round 3 area. And then Chris Bell, Casey Concepcion, Jeremy Bernard, Denzel Boston. Those are going to be players that I think that you have to probably take at 36 because they're not going to be available to you at pick 67. On defense, wanted to also break it up here a little bit. One linebacker visiting Jack Dingle. He's going to be a later round pick. Kamari Ramsey, probably round 3, round 4. And then you got your cornerbacks. The Raiders have been doing some interesting cornerback homework on Dalen Everett, Colton Hood, Chris Johnson. I would say Chris Johnson's the best one out of that bunch. But then also, they've been doing some homework on those big boys on the interior. 5 defensive tackle top 30 visits with another edge rusher visit. And Mitchell Melton, who I see as being a UDFA / round 7, late day 3 style of target. Just because these are the players that they brought in for top 30 visits, like the Caleb Banks top 30 visit yesterday was way more to do with injuries than this is a player that we love and we want to go out and get. But no matter what, the Raiders, they did their homework. So out of all of those top 30 visits, okay, besides Fernando Mendoza, who was your favorite top 30 visit for the Raiders? I know I kind of quickly ran through some of those names. I ranked all those names earlier today on the video that I dropped bright and early this morning on the Raiders Report. But out of all of those names, who was your favorite top 30 visit for the Raiders? I see down below my opinion is going to go with Caden McDonald, which I will say, in my opinion, you're close, my opinion. And I'm seeing Ted Hurst from New Breed. Okay. This doesn't mean like it has to be the best player out of the top 30. It just means which player do you like the top 30 visit the most? And I kind of agree with a little bit of that Ted Hurst take because when you're coming from a small school, you want to see what that player is, how he acts, what's the maturity level. Is he going to be able to make that jump, to that next level? I see Chris Johnson down below from Rob. I see Kalen Black in there from Romello. Caleb Banks is a phenomenal answer thumper because there's no way in hell if you're the Raiders you can even consider drafting Caleb Banks if the medicals didn't end up checking out. And Caleb Banks was my number 1 defensive tackle target. I see McDonald and Hurst. Love it. Kingsley, Fernando. I knew there was going to be one. Casey Concepcion from Justin Buckman. The rookie running back. Kalen Black, little Kingsley says, Ramsey? Okay. I see you. I do see a lot of wide receiver answers, some defensive tackle answers in there. But here's the thing, we need to upgrade our wide receiver room. The Las Vegas Raiders actually going into the draft are spending the least amount of money salary cap wise on the receiver position. They are spending $7.9 million. The second closest team to them is spending 9.3. For example, the Cincinnati Bengals are spending $77 million at that wide receiver position. The Raiders are spending only 7.9 against that cap. But also, I think a lot of people are saying that defensive line. Now, the cool part about the 3-4 front, we can kind of mix and match the way that we want to be able to look at it, right? I mean, if we're going to go line it up Max as an outside linebacker in this Rob Leonard defense, and he's going to be a stand-up guy, to me, you got to be able to figure out a way to get Adam Butler away from that nose. You got to try to figure out how to get another big boy in there and get more depth and get more reliable pieces. Now, don't get me wrong, seeing Max's face up here is an awesome thing to see, and maybe that's also going to be a little bit of quitty pay mixing and matching. But I do think if Max Crosby isn't on that line, The Raiders have one of the worst defensive lines in the National Football League, and if you have one of the worst defensive lines in the National Football League, I don't care who you are, I don't care what it is, it's really difficult to be able to go out there, and it's really difficult to be able to win football games. Point blank, period. So, let's get into some more Super Chats on the program here. We got about 27 minutes, 30 seconds until our Chat Sports mock draft ends up getting going here on the Raiders Report. And I know who I'm going to be picking here at number 1. Reed's here in the building with us today. I don't know. I would guess Reed's probably with us on the actual NFL draft day. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. I figured that's what today ultimately was. So Reed will be with us, actually on the NFL draft. So I'm today is a whole tested out theory.
I was gonna say this is a what it looks like today is what it will look like a week from today.
I can't wait.
So
can't wait.
Unless
man.
I mean we are the GMs of the teams today.
Yep.
But number 1 overall pick, I don't want to spoil it.
Donnie says, go watch KC Concepcion. I love KC Concepcion. He's one of my favorite wide receivers in this class. I think he'd be a great fit for what we do in this Raiders offense. Let's keep it moving here. We're going through some of these supers again. I'm going to try to get through all of them before the mock starts. Cueto, I still view the rebuild as a 2-year process where we have to nail free agency in the draft next year as well as this year. That being said, with our second and third picks, unless it's a quarterback or tight end, take best player available regardless of position. I don't fully disagree with this take. I would also add running back into that if, that's the positions that you're talking about. I'm not going to take a running back today. I'm not going to take a tight end, and I will take Mendoza number 1 overall, right? Outside of that, I don't plan on taking a tight end. I don't plan on taking a running back. But I do think the best player available is important, but I also think, because this draft has a lot of consistency, I think sometimes when you look at the players on the board that are close there at 36 to 67, I really don't know if there's that much discrepancy. There's obviously some, but to me, in my mind, do I take somebody at 36, and maybe there's a better player available at 36, but I take a certain guy there because of the depth at other positions. Wide receiver, yes, I like Denzel Boston a lot, but there is a part of me where I go, maybe it makes more sense for me to draft a Caden McDonald because Caden McDonald, Zachariah Branch is a better pairing in my mind than a Denzel Boston and Dominique Orange. It's just the example that always comes to my mind because it's the one that I always deal with when I do mock drafts. But this is going to be a multiple-year process. And, we got to be able to hit on a lot of these picks, but we also got to be able to take advantage of the fact that Genty's on a rookie deal, Bowers is on a rookie deal, Mendoza, our quarterback's on a rookie deal. We got a lot of guys on some of these young contracts that I'm hoping that we can build with going forward. Afakasi, what's going on, man? It's so good to see you. I've been seeing you on IG, and I've been seeing you've been putting some work in the gym, and I just wanted to give you a shout-out for that. Been watching your content since 2019. Keep up the great work, dude. Thank you very much. When I hear people have been watching this show for as long as what they have, it's pretty freaking mind-blowing to me. But all the way from Australia, I truly always say Raider Nation spreads far and wide. And if you guys want to let me know where you're watching from, I ask this question a lot, especially when I do shows like this, because I don't really think people realize how many Raider fans truly stretch across the world. And it's why I always say, hey, where are your Raiders Report gear out and about? Because you never know. I was just talking to Rebel Montana the other day, and he said that he was, I forget where he was, but he said he was wearing his Raiders Report gear. And if Rebel's here, he'd probably be able to tell you better. But he was like, I had some Raider fan come up to me and was like, they just started talking. They got to know each other. And I think that that's a beautiful thing about the community that we've been building here. If you see somebody rocking some Raiders Report gear, go up and introduce yourself. Go up and say hi. It's the end of the day, I bet there's a chance that y'all know each other. And it's such a surreal feeling when, we meet. But then when I've done some Raiders events in the past, when, other people get to meet, I remember when I saw Ed Robbins, he's here. When Ed Robbins and Jeremy Cole got to meet in Tucson, Arizona, I remember they were like, oh, it was such a cool, oh shit, you're that guy? It was they gave him a big hug, and it was a special moment.
I think it's fun too, why you continue to say, hey, get a profile picture.
Get a pic.
Because everyone can see you.
Yep.
Everyone can see me.
Yep.
When you hide behind the letter D, and I shouldn't say hide. Not everyone wants to show their face, but if you do,
yep,
you can get recognized and maybe make some new friends outside because, if you're in a place where a lot of these people are talking, Washington, D.C., Albuquerque. Like, there's a lot of people that you're like, oh my God, that person's from where I live.
Yeah.
And then if you have a profile picture, they could see you on the street and be like, hey, you're Paul Diamond.
There you go.
There we go.
Holy shit, Paul. Also, holy shit, we got one person in the duck race, Richard Engel. I want to get more people in. $20 Venmo. Mitchell Renz, 365. I will not be talking about the duck race as much. Once the actual mock draft does get underway, you can also scan that QR code. I'll just say this. If you go to a game, if you like doing a 50-50 raffle, it's exactly what it is. I call it a duck race because at the very end of the show, we're going to line all of y'all up, field day style, not always a duck, and we're going to run that son of a gun. Somebody's going to go home with some money. I've given away thousands upon thousands of dollars. But here's the cool part. I'm a competitive guy, right? And if it's a race of 1,000 people, if it's a race with 5 people, I want to try to win. And you're going to want to try to win, too, because you get some money in your pocket. Joel, appreciate you, man. Everyone rolling Besh out. Regime was horrible. Quarterback was a second-rounder for a reason. A fantasy sleeper. I don't think it's that we're rolling out Jack Besh. But, again, actions speak louder than words. Is Jack Besh going to be above Trey Tucker? I don't think so. And the fact that Clint Kubiak went out of his way to say that Trey Tucker has impressed him this offseason, I think Trey Tucker is above Jack Besh. Then they go out, they sign Jalen Naylor. Because they signed Jalen Naylor, money talks, 3 for 35. He's above Jack Besh. And then because the Raiders have just made it so known and so clear that they're going to be drafting or adding another receiver, and I think that there's going to be both. I think that after the draft, we sign a free agent, and I think during the draft, we end up drafting one. But there's going to be 2 extra receivers that are going to be added into the mix. So, to me, like, at best, Jack Besh is wide receiver 4. What I think Jack Besh has got to hope and strive for, and he's got to keep on grinding and making the best version of himself, is that next year he can be that maybe Trey Tucker replacement. He can be that receiver that steps up and can get into those little bit more of those extra opportunities. But I do think Besh is a good fit in a Clint Kubiak system. But, at the same time, actions speak louder than words. And the Raiders are also doing a lot of actions that I don't know how. Like, when you say fantasy sleeper, if Jack Besh finishes this season with 400 receiving yards, like, that's a good year for Jack Besh to me. That's not a fantasy sleeper.
Right. So, 2024 is when Malik Neighbors, or was Malik Neighbors last year? No, last year was Abdul Carter.
Malik popped his ACL last year.
Yes, but the year before that, his rookie year.
Yeah.
Was that with Daniel Jones?
Sadly, I think it might have been. I think it was a combo though. I think it was a few different guys. Bottom line though, like I like Jack Besh. Like I really do. I was pretty high on Besh coming out of the draft.
So it was Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones, obviously on the Giants, terrible, right? He was not good in 2024. Then he got hurt, and then Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito were backups, right?
Yep.
Malik Neighbors. He's not Jack Besh. I'll give him that. But as a good receiver, you can make the best of your situation if you're that talented. You know what I mean? So yeah. Jack Besh, I think he deserves another shot.
I'll make this comparison. I'm not
just because he didn't do well last year.
Well, again,
I'm
not trying to compare. I think comparing Besh to Malik's, I don't know if that. I'm trying to remember Hunter Renfrow a few years ago. I'm saying Hunter Renfrow a few years ago had a great year because of the situation he had, because Ruggs unfortunately had the whole Ruggs situation. But Renfrow had that pop-out year, and he was like, oh, wow, he was great. But I think Renfrow was a lot closer to the numbers he put up in year 1, year 2, where he was right around that 500, 600 yards instead of the 1,000. It's all about opportunity, and I just don't know if Besh is going to have the opportunity because of the other things that this Raiders coaching staff has done. Let's keep it moving here on this show. Like I said, I want to try to get through every single one of y'all super chats before this mock draft gets going. What do you think of Christian Miller from Georgia? Miller is one of my top defensive tackle targets for the Las Vegas Raiders. He was featured in my video today in my top 7 of top 30 visits overall. I love his hand power. I think he's got a really good anchor. I think what makes Christian Miller fun, and it's a lot of these defensive tackles, is I feel like every DT in this year's draft is really good at stopping the run, and not a lot of guys are all that great going out and getting after the quarterback. Now, maybe that's more of assignment, right? Like Christian Miller, not that he doesn't need to go out and get the QB, but at Georgia, I'm telling Miller to eat up double teams. I'm telling him to be, the guy that makes everybody else around him better because they have so much talent from top to bottom. But Christian Miller is a player that I do personally like. Let's go to the next super chat here on the Raiders Report. And again, y'all, we are starting this thing out in 17 minutes and 45 seconds. Steve, trade back, wide receivers are deep. We should go defense first. You're saying at pick 36, right? Because I'm not trading the number 1 pick. I'll tell you that right now. If depending on who's available to me at pick 36, I'm telling you this right now. Everybody here at Chat Sports knows my line is open, and I've had some calls today about pick 36. I hope we get Casey Concepcion. Thanks, Mitch and Shugs from Justin Buckman. You know, Casey, if Casey's available to me at 36, I'll have to obviously entertain that idea, and I'll always ask the nation like what y'all want. But I like Casey Concepcion. I really do. Yo, Mitch, what exactly happens during the top 30 visit? Any on-field work? Best available at 36 trade back in the second round for our biggest need. I think it really depends on who the player is. So, again, I can only go off of, like, Kalen Black's top 30 visit. I spoke to some people close to him, and they were really just trying to figure out the type of player that he was and the conversations that a lot of these coaches get with players at the combine. For example, from my understanding, the Kalen Black top 30 visit was kind of like an NFL combine meeting of they're just trying to get to know you. They're trying to pick your brain, asking you questions personally, asking questions about Mendoza. So it was very much that regard, where the Caleb Banks, Kamari Ramsey top 30 visits were obviously to do a little bit of that exact same thing, but it was also to get that updated medical check. So the reason why Caleb Banks and Kamari Ramsey came in yesterday, the final day of top 30 visits, it's because they wanted the most up-to-date medical check that they could possibly get before you draft a player. Because if you want Banks, probably going to have to take him at 36. So he could slide it. If you want Ramsey, you're probably going to have to take him at 67. But because both of those guys have medical red flags, just like Mendoza's top 30 visit was more to get him acclimated because they did it on April 7th. It does truly depend on the player. Richard Black, Mitch, is Boston is not there at 36. Take McDonald and get Branch at 67. Richard, if I ended today's mock draft with Fernando Mendoza, Caden McDonald, and Zachariah Branch, I'd pat myself on the back. And I don't like to pat myself on the back, but there are times where you're like, damn right, man. And I think every Raider fan here would pat John Spytek, Clint Kubiak. They'd give him a big old hug. But it'll be a conversation. Zachariah Branch or Elijah Surratt. Can you sell me on Denzel Boston? I'm not sold, to be honest. So here's how I'm going to sell you on Denzel Boston. 6'4", great red zone option. Think about the fit. Don't just look at the player. Think about the fit with the Raiders. Think about the fit with Fernando Mendoza. What makes Denzel Boston great is his ability to kind of box guys out, to be able to go up, get back shoulder throws, high point footballs, like with an accurate quarterback. I think Boston does that really well. He does need to get better in terms of running some routes, but he can run a lot of different routes, especially down the field. The other part that really, he's a reliable hands catcher. And sometimes when you look for receivers, you want to find a guy that's a professional. Denzel Boston to me is a much better player. And I think the reason why people don't like Denzel Boston now is because he's not a great athlete and he didn't test exceptionally well. But when you turn on the tape, Denzel Boston is open, even when he's not open. And I think when you have Fernando Mendoza, he can hit him in there. But then you got a 6'4" guy in Boston, smaller guy in Besh, smaller guy in Trey, kind of a smaller guy in Jalen Naylor. It's the overall fit. So I think because of the overall fit is also why I am a lot higher on Denzel Boston. Like if you like Teteroa McMillan last year, that's kind of the way that I look at a player like Denzel Boston. Also, I got something that y'all are going to love. I've been getting asked. I've been seeing it down in the comments. Mitch, where'd you get that chain? If you want to change the game, go to GLD.com. Make sure that you use code chat for 40% off. Every guy has those go-to pieces, right? Whether it's date night, whether it's hanging out here on the Raiders Report. But GLD, they got chains, pennants, bracelets, even a nice selection of watches, whether if you're trying to keep it simple or if you like a little shine, GLD's got you covered. Over 2 million customers, 50,000 five-star reviews. It's worn by stars like Malik Neighbors, who Reed and I were talking about earlier today, ASAP Rocky, Mitchell Renz, and Justin Bieber. GLD offers every price point from the entry-level 18-karat gold-plated, like the one that I'm rocking right now, while also offering every piece in additional materials such as solid gold, natural diamonds, so you can find what you're looking for any price point. Work hard and change the game. For a limited time only, new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code CHAT to get 40% off at GLD.com. GLD.com. That's 40% off with code CHAT at GLD.com. After you make your purchase, they're going to ask you, where did you hear about us from? So I can keep on hooking up Raider Nation with awesome deals. You got to tell them, Mitchell Renz, Raiders Report sent me. If you do that, I'm giving you guys right now that little dap up. I hope that you could hear it. You guys do that for me. That's going to help us out. It's going to help you out. And also, the pennant that I got on right now, I can wear the chain when Alex and I go out for date night. And here at the Raiders Report, man, I'm always rocking my shield. Raider fan since Bo Jackson, excited for this year. I think Bo Jackson's the greatest athlete of all time. If there's one Raider player that I would love the opportunity to meet, it's probably Bo. Charles Woodson are probably both up there for me. But I don't know how long y'all been Raiders fans for. I am a newer aged Raiders fan. And if you guys want to let me know how long you've been rooting for the silver and black, please, please, please let me know. I'm not a crier. I feel like that could be a giggity. But had tears in my eyes when we got Genty. I wanted them so bad. Going to be the same with Fernando. Can't wait to hang with y'all at the draft. I also wanted Genty. And the hard part was I also wanted Armin Membu, right? And I made that pretty clear last year that if it was me making the pick for the Raiders, I would have went right tackle Armin Membu, who was outstanding for the New York Jets because I had offensive line concerns. I didn't think that Brandon Carroll would be as bad as what Brandon Carroll was, but yeah, I'm happy where we are now. I love the fact that we have Clint. I love the fact that we have Ashton Genty. I love the offensive structure overall. But truthfully, dude, I can't tell you the last time that I was this excited for an NFL draft. I can't tell you the last time I was this excited to be able to welcome in a player to Raider Nation because, again, like Fernando Mendoza is – he's a guy that I don't know how you don't root for him. He's a winner. He's somebody that's just a great human being from top to bottom. And, again, I'm a hopeful Raiders fan, but when you look at Fernando, there's nothing but hope in his eyes. He's a winner, and I want guys that know how to win because I do think it can be contagious. Next Super Chat coming in here on the Raiders Report. Friendly reminder, if you're trying to get in our duck race, $20 Venmo. Richard Black just got a few in. I also just saw Jeremy Valve. You in. Charles G. You in. DeAndre Mallory. You in. 20 to win, $60. The more people that get in, the bigger the pot can be. Just ask Jeremy Gerds. Jeremy Gerds won $1,000 the other day. I think Trey Tucker play JSN role with his separation. No, I'm not going to go that far. I actually think Trey Tucker, the role that he's going to play, is a lot closer to like a Deebo Samuel role. Hear me out. Because of pre-snap motion, because of the quickness that Trey offers. The problem, Trey Tucker can't catch the football like JSN. Trey Tucker can't run routes the way JSN does. Trey Tucker's not as smart finding the open spot as Jackson Smith and Jigba is. However, though, I do think Trey Tucker is a very underappreciated player in terms of when you put the ball in his hands, good stuff can happen. And I want him to be able to catch a ball behind the line of scrimmage, try to get 5 yards with it. Put the ball in an end around, put it in his belly, get north and south. Let him stretch the field. Use him as a true gadget player because Kubiak's system is about moving guys around a lot. And I'm not saying not that I hate the JSN comparison, and I get it, like finding JSNs on trees, it's not easy. But truthfully, the guy that I want to play the JSN role is Brock Bowers, and I know Bowers is the tight end, but Bowers is so good and you can do anything you want with him that it's not necessarily finding the JSN role. It's Clint Kubiak said, who's the best player that can catch the football for us? Oh, it's Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm such a good offensive coordinator. I'm going to be able to find ways to get him open. I want Clint Kubiak when he goes to bed at night going, how can I get Brock Bowers open? That's what I want because the more targets that guy gets, the more we're going to be finding pay dirt. Paul Diamond, a draft first 4 picks, Mendoza, McDonald, Branch, and Bud Clark. I love that start. If you told me I could wake up on draft day and that's our picks, I'm in. Paul, I swear to God, I'm in. I think Bud Clark's one of my favorite free safeties from TCU. Zachariah Branch, I think, is a really good receiver. I'd still want to be able to sign a guy probably after the draft. Caden McDonald Mendoza, or in your case, Mendoza. Keeping it moving, Armin Barker. This looks to be like a new one. What up, baby? If we find a way to get Mendoza, McDonald, Hurst, that'd be a hell of a start. We already have Tucker Naylor at slot. We need a big X receiver. Also, Masses, DB from Cal. He's an extremely interesting prospect, Masses. He's somebody that when you watch him play, he's really good. I know some people are a little bit concerned about his athletic ability, but he's somebody when I watch him in zone, he does a lot of really good stuff. I've talked about him on a few of the shows. Bud Clark, I like Bud Clark as well, but Ted Hurst at 67 is a little bit of a reach for me. And I say that because of the role we need Ted Hurst to play then. You're asking Ted Hurst to make a massive leap forward. And to me, the way I would want Ted Hurst, and it's the way I did it in a mock draft the other day, if we drafted Ted Hurst, I almost want him to be the second receiver that we drafted, to not put so much pressure on him because he's the type of guy that you want him to be confident. You want him to marinate. You want him to get better and better and better. And if you give him time, he will be good. I'm concerned if you throw him into the fire, he's going to get burned. And I like Ted Hurst, though, as a prospect. But I hear what you're saying. I do think we need a big outside X receiver. But making that leap forward, I do think is a lot more challenging than guys realize. Look at a player like Christian Watson. Look at Christian Watson when he was a rookie compared to the way he is now. He just, you go from that level, you got to get better and better. Jerry, what up, Mitch? Has anyone else requested a top 30 visit with Mendoza, or has the league accepted that the Raiders are locked in on him? At this point, I would say the Raiders are the only team. I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know if it's been reported that Mendoza had top 30 visits elsewhere. But the deadline has already come. So April 15th was the final day that you could hold top 30 visits with. Maybe Fernando Mendoza visited with another team and nobody else ever heard about it. I just have a hard time believing that, just the way that the NFL media works. But to my knowledge, and I feel like I cover the Raiders very, very closely. I don't cover a lot of other NFL teams. I obviously follow the NFL. I have not heard of Mendoza taking a top 30 visit with anybody. So, again, it's well known that Fernando's going to be the Raiders' pick. Mendoza knows it. You should know it. I know it. Again, and if anybody's telling you he's not going to be the pick, if anybody's telling you he's not going to be the pick, you block that person, but you bookmark it, because if it ends up being true, then I think I know that Jesus has risen again. Because, I think only God himself could be able to predict correctly that Fernando Mendoza is not going to be the number 1 overall pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. What do we got? Draft best kicker. Oh, boy. Barely any of the 12. So I've had this brought up to me a bunch. I know Matt Gay is the only kicker that we have. And, again, this mock draft will be starting here in about 5 minutes and 30 seconds, just so all of y'all know. The reason why I'm team not drafted kickers, because you can find a lot of good special teams players as UDFAs. Look at a guy like A.J. Cole, right? He's one of the best punters. I get punter to kicker, but I do think when you draft a kicker, there's just this extra level of stress, extra level of a guy just dealing with some whatever that kicker has to deal with. It depends who it is. Like the Michigan kicker, I do know that the Raiders are eyeing him, but to me, I would rather draft another position player instead of going out and getting somebody, because I think we actually need a lot more players for special teams because of how weak and how little depth we have at safety, cornerback, and linebacker. We need, in my mind, to use those picks for special teams. I might fly to Dallas to buy y'all dinner from Sherlock Raiders. Oh, my God. I'll say this, dude. You don't got to buy me dinner. If you fly to Dallas, and if I'm free, I will go out. I will eat with you. You don't got to buy me anything. If you want to buy anything, I think, and I tell this to people all the time, if you want to buy Super Chats on here, it's all good to me. You're buying it for Raider Nation, for us to have a good time. But when we're in person, don't treat me like, if my wife gets out her credit card and we're out to eat, I'm like, what are you doing? You don't got to do that. You don't got to treat me the way I treat my wife. We're all hanging out. I don't think you pay for all your friends when you go out. I'll IGDM you. Please do. Jersey Boy, draft someone like Jennings Dunker or trust Dennison to get Glaze back on track. I do believe in Rick Dennison. I like Charles Grant more than DJ Glaze, but Jennings Dunker is a player that I've been looking at. There is a player that, I've been eyeing. I know Iowa tackle. I love the physicality that he brings, but the Raiders did also say that they like their offensive tackles overall, and I believe what this organization says, because when they've said things, they've gone out and done it, and I respect it. It's refreshing, and there's been times where they've hit a little bit, like Kubiak hasn't tipped his hand in terms of, yeah, we're going to take Fernando Mendoza number 1 overall, but they've told you we wanted safeties. They've told you that we want another running back for a wingman for Genti. They have done things. We want a veteran quarterback because in a perfect world, Mendoza can learn behind a veteran and an adult. Like, there's not too many times in the NFL where I feel if you follow the team closely enough, and that's why I mean it when I say it, if you subscribe to this channel, you will become a smarter Raiders fan. Like, you're going to know some of those ins and outs. And I think people that are asking about this offensive tackle spot, and I could be totally wrong, and that's going to be the cool part about it, but I believe Spytek and Kubiak when they say that they like the tackles. And I think that they like this offensive line a lot more because this coaching staff has literally said of how good of a coach Rick Dennison is. And I think we clearly saw how bad Brennan Carroll was. But I hear you, Jersey boy. I hear you. So we got 2 minutes, 20 seconds to get this thing going.
Technically, we started to, but we're on the clock.
We're on the clock
at 2:10.
Yeah, we still got time until I personally make the pick.
We'll bump it up a little bit there.
Yep.
To 12 minutes because technically it's 2:10 Eastern is when the Raiders are on the clock. So that was until the Chat Sports mock draft starts.
Yep.
Technically.
Okay.
But we're on the clock.
So everybody here at Chat Sports is going live in 2 minutes.
Yes.
I decided to go live an hour
Correct.
early. So that's what that time is.
So that was that time. That was on me.
No, you're okay. I mean,
gets Big Bill excited because now everyone's live.
I'm ready. Roger said
Roger.
blue ball. And Roger, I'll tell you this right now, man.
Sorry.
If I could give my wife an extra 10 minutes, I think every guy in here would be all about it. Jersey boys, shout out to you. Shout out to all of y'all. And if you're ready for the 2026 NFL Draft, man, we got a week away. 1 week away. Give me some Raiders down below. Highest vertical jump is Lance, and he can catch. So you're talking about the North Dakota wide receiver, Lance, is who I'm guessing?
Yeah.
He's a really good athlete.
He's a good athlete, yeah.
But here's my example.
So are track athletes.
Here's my example, though. He's probably going to be a receiver that you take in let's say, round 4, right? I personally would rather the Raiders invest in Dante Thornton Jr., who is also an athletic specimen that needs a lot of work, instead of drafting a very similar style of prospect where Lance isn't super athletic. There's no doubt about it. But he's going to need a lot of time, and he's going to need a lot of coaching. So in my mind, I'd rather work with Dante Thornton Jr., and I'd rather use one of those other 4th-round picks to go get something else. But at the same time, like, if they went out and did it, I'd have to wrap my mind around it. Caesar, Mitch, when it comes to the draft, quality over quantity, Raiders should not trade back at 36 like many want them to. I think it's also, though, the way that you view quality. Like, do you view quality as, like, if I could get 2 really good players that are starters or 1 really, really good starter, you know? And that's kind of the debate. If we went out to eat, Caesar, if you went to a steakhouse, right, are you going to order a filet mignon? And I love a good filet. Maybe filet mignon's pick number 36, but if I can get a ribeye, and on top of that I can get some charred Brussels sprouts, I might take the ribeye and charred Brussels sprouts because that to me is a better meal. So, like, you can't just look at it as 36 to trade him back. I think you got to look at the big overall picture for the Raiders, and, like, that's what I'll do, and I think that's what the Raiders will do. But like I've said, if there's players that are there, if I can get a filet at a ribeye type of cost, dude, I'm in. Yeah. I'm in. DJ, linebacker Rodriguez at 36 if the other choices are gone. See, DJ, I love him, Jacob Rodriguez, as a player, but he's not going to start. Yeah, like, to me, he's not going to start, so I'm not going to draft somebody that's not going to start at 36. I think he's an outstanding player. I really, truly do.
It's like
but you got Quay Walker, and you already got Nakobe Dean.
I was going to say, it's kind of like taking Kenyon Sadiq when you have Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't really do that. You can, but
they kind of did with Michael Mayer. But,
yeah.
Well, different. But, yeah, I'll say this. I like him a lot as a player. And there'll be times where I'm sure, like, they probably would put all 3 of those guys on the line because the Raiders will run some different fronts. But, like, that to me would be because both of those other guys got 3-year deals, I personally wouldn't understand that pick. Not that he's not a great player. It's just that fit to me doesn't make sense because we're already pretty covered off at that linebacker starting spot. Would you rather Bud in the 3rd or Halsey in the 2nd? The more and more people that I talk to, the more draft analysts that I look at, and then I look at what Bud Clark brings to the table and A.J. Halsey brings to the table, I'll take Bud Clark in the 3rd. And I'm kind of surprised that I'm saying it because of where I was a month ago, But Bud Clark, and I've said this a few times on shows, he is one of my favorite safety prospects, and he's my number 4th rated safety, where A.J. Halsey is my 3rd. But I'm going to go Bud Clark in the 3rd instead of Halsey in the 2nd. But I like that question a lot, Jersey Boy, and I appreciate it. Freddie, if Blake Miller falls to 36, would you take him? I think Blake Miller, right tackle for Clemson, is a player that I like a lot. But again, I actually think the Raiders are a lot more confident in their offensive line than what's being known out there. I do believe in Charles Grant. I think DJ Glaze is, he was much better as a rookie than he was in his second year. Top 15 player in this draft, in your opinion? I know that some of our guys do have him viewed very, very high in like their overall draft rankings, but I probably will not be drafting an offensive tackle. The right tackle from Clemson. I like him. I do.
Oh, Blake Miller?
Yeah. I've talked about Blake Miller in a few of my shows, but to me, man, I'm probably not going to be taking an offensive tackle, but not the highest upside. An experienced player with high football characters is how our NFL analysts here at Chat Sports kind of break him down. He's got a lot of really good combination of that size, athletic ability. Tom is a big fan of his. I'm looking at some of his other draft notes that he has in here, but I think what we have to do is I'm going to go out and I'm going to take the players that I think are the best. And I think one thing that has been very much so overblown has been the fact that the Raiders are looking at offensive tackles at pick 36. If the Raiders did it, I tip my cap to Spike. I'm going to say I appreciate you valuing the trenches, but it also is really going to determine who else is available on the board. Is Max Ihanachor going to be there from ASU? I like him a lot. Robert, trenches, more times you give your quarterback, better your receivers are. I agree with that. The better your pass rush is, the better your secondary is, period. And that is kind of the mindset of how I think good football teams are made. Good football teams are made from the trenches outward. Because if you're dominating in the trenches, everybody else is going to be better. So, Robert, we're on the same path there. Suave, what's going on, my brother? What would it take to trade up from other second-round pick, keeping our third-round pick this year? I would say the only way, if you didn't want to dip into other years' drafts, you could try to take all 3 of your fourth-round picks and try to move up to the very back of the second. I don't know if a team would be willing to do that. Maybe a team like Atlanta that's only got 5 picks and a brand-new head coach. That could be a team to consider, but 102, 117, 134 for pick 60. Would you do that? That's kind of up to you. But I think it's a good question. It could absolutely happen. If there's certain players that fall, yeah, you got to at least consider it, I think. I think you got to at least consider it. So here's what we're going to do, y'all. Reminder, if you want to get in our duck race, this is the final time that I'm going to tell all of y'all about how to get in the show because we are getting ready to get this thing going. And once this draft starts, then I'm going to tell you, we'll get to the Super Chats probably after. If you want to get your Super Chat up on screen during the actual picks, then you're going to have to bang in order to do that. So I do want to get through the last 2 Supers, and then those last 2 Supers will be the last 2 until the mock draft is over. And then whenever ones we get stocked up, we will get to them after this mock does conclude. So we got Sherlock Reed. Are we doing a boot when I visit?
We'll have to see. We'll leave it up in the air.
We got
leave
plenty
it up
of
to
boots.
Chance. Maybe I'll make a deal.
I'll tell you this. We got plenty of boots, man. And then Jersey Boy, Mendoza, McDonald, Branch trade back up for Bud Clark. Bud Clark might be there at 102. But if we had to trade up to go get him, I wouldn't mind that idea. So we got 4 minutes. I'm going to tell you all this one more time just in case we got some new audience just joining us. We got 630 people here in the building. What's about to happen is a Chat Sports mock draft. Every host is going to make their picks for the first 3 rounds. I got pick 136 and 67. Trades are possible. You're going to see a lot of trades today. I'm going to tell you that right now. The first pick will begin in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. So if you want me to draft Fernando Mendoza, let's get some Mendozas a-flowing. Each pick is 60 seconds, and the way that this is going to go is just like the actual 2026 NFL draft. I'm going to tell you who everybody is picking. I'm going to give you analysis on why I'm going with what I'm going with, and this entire live production has been made possible with our good friends over at Prize Picks. You can play 5, get $50 instantly just make sure that you use that code HMA and click that link that you see down in the comments section and in the description of today's video. America's #1 sports app. Sign up for Prize Picks with code HMA. Get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in. They also have this brand new feature where you can follow me, you can follow your friends, you can follow other people, and you can tail their picks. You can go with them however you want to be able to do it. If you want to follow me, I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. So download the Prize Picks app today with the link that you're going to see down in the comments section and the description. Use code HMA to be able to get that thing started. And I don't know about y'all, I love Prize Picks because I'm a sports fan, right? At the end of the day, I love watching sports. I can't stand the Yankees. Can't stand them. But I like watching Mike Trout play. So this game is actually going on right now. Aaron Judge is having himself a day. And in my Prize Picks lineup, we're already good here. This one's already the more. It's the $10 to pay $24. Mike Trout, I need Mike Trout to get a hit. And I'm looking right now. Oh, man, Trout doesn't have a hit yet. Son of a gun, Trout. He does have a walk. And then I need Max Fried to end up getting, I took the more on 4.5 strikeouts. I did that because the Angels have the second most strikeouts in baseball. And Fried, I'm looking at his box score. He's got 3 Ks through 5 innings of baseball. The reason why that I'm doing this so I can show y'all that even in a game that I don't really care about, I'm going to be very much so watching and invested in simply because I have that opportunity to make some money. And if you want that opportunity as well, then go down in the comments, go down in the description. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's good to be right. In 60 seconds, this Chat Sports mock draft is going to be going. And if you're ready, this is a practice, this is preseason. Imagine how excited you are in August when you get to see Fernando Mendoza run out into Allegiant Stadium. Think about that feeling. Think about the excitement. That's the style of excitement that I want right now and I want right here because we've waited a long, long time. And in next week, the Las Vegas Raiders will finally make it happen. I should let it be known that the commissioner here at Chat Sports, our Roger Goodell,
F Sam, F Sam, F Sam, F Sam,
F Sam, F Sam, F Sam, F Sam, F Sam. No, every time y'all see Sam on screen, give me some F Sams. This is Roger Goodell. He's done a lot of homework. He's done a lot of different things for this draft, so I do really appreciate all the hard work that you've done.
Thank you. I'm not as old. I'm not as fat as Roger Goodell is, but at the same time, I am the commissioner. It's my league. You play by my rules, and I have the right to veto this pick. If I decide that you guys are taking actually maybe like a Talon Green at #1 overall instead, a guy you can really grow into the role, I've got that power. So F Sam is nice and fun in the chat and all, but watch your backs. Take it easy over there.
Shout out to
the 2026 NFL Chat Sports mock draft has officially begun.
It has officially begun, and if you want me to draft Mendoza, give me some Mendozas down below. I mean, let's face the facts here, y'all. We've been waiting. We knew what we were going to do. I'm very, very excited, and I know that Raider Nation a week from today is also going to be very, very excited. Do I, slack the pick? Do I tell you? I mean, I slack Sam? All right, hang on here. I mean, I figured, but are you guys ready? With the first pick in the Chat Sports mock draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Let's go!
Oh, yeah!
Fernando Mendoza! Bang! Come on, man! Fernando Mendoza, You, sir, are a Raider, and if you're wondering why am I going to go with quarterback one, I'm going to go with the Heisman-winning, undefeated trophy winner in Mendoza. This guy shows up in the biggest moments of the game. Look at the college football playoffs. Look at what he did against Alabama. Look what he did against Oregon. Look at what he did basically in a road game in Miami Gardens up against Miami. He's got that prototypical frame. He's got great leadership traits. He is mentally solid. You want to be able to find a player that not only makes himself better, but a franchise quarterback's job is to make everybody else around him better. And that's what I'm going to try to do here with Fernando Mendoza. You put him with Kirk Cousins, you let him learn, but I'll tell you this right now, Spytek and Kubiak and Tom Brady, if he's the best one, you put him out there on the field, and you do it because he is a hell of a player. I believe in him. They're already having him work here with Brian Greasy. And to all of y'all out there, I know that this is a mock draft, but I can't wait for the day when we actually get to make this thing a reality, and it feels really, really good. It feels really, really good. Fernando Mendoza, you, sir, are a Raider. And then once we get the other picks here, just like in the normal mock draft, I'll be able to show you what else is happening. So the team that is on the clock right now, well, the New York Jets are on the clock because we don't have
No, they
yet.
made their selection. I was just waiting.
I'm waiting on you.
Yeah, you want to see it?
I do want to see it. So the pick here in round, wow, this is interesting. The New York Jets select Caleb Downs from Ohio State. But I am getting word right now that there has been a trade. The Arizona Cardinals were on the clock at number 3 overall. And now the Kansas City Chiefs, am I hearing that correctly?
Correct.
The Chiefs now have traded up to number 3 overall, and they are officially on the clock as it stands. Do we know what that trade was?
I do not. Let's see.
I mean, we got to be able to get the trade. I want to see what Kansas City ended up giving up here.
Let's see what
to
Kansas
move
City
up.
gave
You already
up.
know. Give me some FKCs down below. I mean, I would imagine that they're trading up. So here's the trade. So they give up a first-round pick number 9 and a second-round pick 40. I don't know who's doing this for the Cardinals. They got absolutely fleeced.
Fleeced.
Christ.
Fleeced.
I mean, I'll tell you, I actually feel bad for the guy who runs our Cardinals show. I mean, that's embarrassing. I don't know who's doing that. That shouldn't have even been allowed. And I think what's even worse is the pick that ends up coming in because I can't believe that they went that route. I think David Bailey's a really good player, edge from Texas Tech. But if I would have traded up in that position for them, I would have tried to go get Arvell Reese. I'll tell you this. I think it was a bad choice by Kansas City, and I think it was a bad trade by the Arizona Cardinals. And now, wow, the Tennessee Titans are on the clock, and Tennessee is going to go with linebacker from Ohio State, Sonny Styles. Arvell Reese is still available.
Woo, this is interesting,
at
fellas.
pick number 5 here for the New York Giants. I don't know where the Giants are going to go, but man, oh man, this has been already an off-the-rails.
Off-the-rails.
Like Caleb Downs going there, I'm shocked by that. David Bailey, that trade was a terrible fleece job. And then you got Tennessee going with Sonny Styles. I mean, extremely interesting. The next picks that are coming up, you got the Giants, you got the Browns, you got the Commanders, got the New Orleans Saints.
So the Giants are on the clock right now. Marshall Green, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? What's challenging here for Marsh and the Giants is I feel like if there's one position that they don't really need, it's like edges. Like I feel like they have already so many players that can get after the quarterback. If I'm Marshall, I'm trying to trade down here.
Yeah.
Because I do think somebody could potentially try to make a move to try to go up and get an Arvell Reese, but passing on Arvell Reese at number 5 would be really, really difficult to do. But I think that would save, like Kayvon Thibodeau, see you later, hasta la vista, baby.
The Giants pick is in.
The Giants pick is in, and it's an interesting one.
I like it.
They're going to go with running back from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love. Marshall Green going Jeremiah Love.
I like it.
I
like it. I like it.
I don't think I do like it. I think Jeremiah Love is a really good player, but I think what the Giants are going to get into trouble with is exactly the same problem the Raiders got into last year. The offensive line, I don't know how solid that unit is. I know that you need to have a solid running game that's going to help out a quarterback like Jackson Dart, but to me, I think the Giants have some other needs. But then again, I think the best players on my board, the Giants are probably very well solidified in that regard. So that now means the Cleveland Browns are now on the clock, and we're going to have to see what ends up going here. Out of those first 5 picks, can you show the first 5 picks?
Yeah, of course.
For me real quick. What pick do you think is the craziest? I mean, obviously Fernando Mendoza is the most chalky out of every single one of them, but I don't know. The Browns, the fact that they're on the clock right now, wow, we got another trade.
Oh, my God, I knew it.
We got a trade. The Dallas Cowboys are trading up here to number 6, and I guarantee you Tom's finding his Micah Parsons replacement.
Oh, yeah.
Frickin' it. Tom's going to go draft here Arvell Reese, and Tom's probably sitting here laughing. He's got picks 12. He had pick 20, so he had a little bit more to be able to work with. But also, I'm going to tip my cap to JLD here for the Browns because he's really able to now restock and get some of these extra players. I should also mention this. If anybody out there is trying to get a Raiders Report shirt, we are going to be doing a special deal, 20% off at chatsports.com/RR-shop. So if anybody out there, because, again, man, we're doing this real-life action. When the Raiders draft Fernando Mendoza, we're popping champagne. We're popping beers.
Crazy.
We're going to be going absolutely wild, and I know I won't be the only one that's going insane. And if you're trying to get your hands on the same shirt that I got, I already said whoever's the MVP of today's show, I'm giving you the shirt off my back. I'm going to sign it. You're probably the only person on planet Earth that's going to have a signed Mendoza shirt from me. But if you want the hookup, chatsports.com/RR-shop. And every single time there is a shirt purchased, I will give you guys a shout-out. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Charles here in the building. Chatsports.com/RR-shop. 20% off everything in the store. Let's now go back to this mock draft here really quick. And I know, a lot of movement. A lot of things are happening.
I know, everything's going so quickly, but I love it.
So the Dallas Cowboys, with their pick here, they ended up trading up with the Cleveland Browns. Do we know that trade?
We're going to look at that trade right now, actually.
Okay.
Because
the trade,
there is another trade after that as well.
I see. The Cowboys, they got that number 6, and then they swapped for pick 39. The Browns get 12 and 20. I think that that's phenomenal value there for Cleveland, though I do think passing on a player like Arvell Reese, who's from Ohio State in that area, I don't think that that would be a very popular thing for a lot of fans. But we'll have to wait and see. Who did the Dallas Cowboys end up trading up for?
Arvell Reese.
All right, so Arvell Reese was the pick to Dallas.
So that means the Miami Dolphins are on the clock.
So now there is, who was the original pick, though, at 7?
That would be the Washington Commanders.
So the Washington Commanders, they were on the clock here at number 7, but the Miami Dolphins
this is nuts.
ended up trading up. Again, this is a live mock draft here at Chat Sports. We got guys wheeling and dealing like you wouldn't even believe.
Okay, so the next pick is going to be here.
So this is what it looks like.
This is what it looks like now.
Saints, Cardinals after the Chiefs. Then you got the Cincinnati Bengals. Can I get the trade details, though, for Miami? Because, honestly, I'm kind of curious to see what they ended up doing here. And what's going to be fun about this mock is because there's so much change, I wonder if certain guys end up falling. So the Dolphins.
That's what I'm thinking.
So wait, the Dolphins went from 11 to 7 and only had to give up a third? My goodness. Who's making these deals? Who's making, why on God's green earth would the Commanders say yes to this?
Well, that's Sperry.
I don't think it's a smart move.
It's a terrible move.
Trade. I'll tell you
need
this
another pick with that. You need like a 5th or 6th round pick with that.
I am
At least.
shocked based on what the
At
trade
least.
value chart shows. This is yikes.
Yeah, no, it is.
Somebody said
not.
maybe Carnell Tate to the Dolphins. I mean, if you're Miami, I guess my hard problem with Miami is if I'm the Dolphins,
Okay,
I'm trying to stock up.
The pick is in.
I'm trying because I don't think Miami's trying to win this year, so I would try to get more picks. So
the pick is in.
Wow. I kind of like it. It's a great pick.
I like it too.
Ruben Bain. So the Miami Hurricane, he's going to be staying in Miami Gardens, and he's going to the Dolphins from a selling jerseys, making fans happy standpoint in an offseason that you might not have made a lot of people happy. They're trying to make up some of that money that they're losing in that Tua contract. They're going to go get themselves a Reuben Bain. The Saints are on the clock here at pick number 8.
They've actually picked
if
already.
y'all are having a good time,
oh yeah,
hit that like button. I was excited to be able to do this, and this is a lot of fun.
Very well.
Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. With the 8th pick, the New Orleans Saints are going with Ohio State wide receiver Cornell Tate, which I like the value. He's my number 1 overall wide receiver on the board, which now means that the Arizona Cardinals are back on the clock. Friendly reminder, they traded with the Kansas City Chiefs earlier here in this mock draft.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
I think it's really proud to say how far we've come as a company to be able to execute and do something like this. But I also say this, like, our chat sports team, Sam's been running around with a chicken, with his head cut off for about a week here. So he's been busting his hump. And I'm really proud of Sam. I'm really proud of, honestly, a lot of our guys that have, made this truly possible. It's been a hell of a start. We didn't do it, I think, with trades last season, and I think a bunch of the guys were like, I want to do trades this year.
Trades, it's so much more fun.
It's interesting, I'll tell you that. If we can get to 400 likes, I would greatly appreciate it. We got 760 people here in the building. The Arizona Cardinals are officially on the clock. Can I see who the best players available
Of course you can.
are? Please.
It's tougher when it goes this fast.
Yep, I agree.
On the real day, we'll be able to see who the best players are available.
Well, in the real day, you get 8 minutes. So the best players available, Mansour Delane, Spencer Fano, Francis Maui-Noah, Venga is what I'm going to call him because that's what he goes by from Penn State. But the Arizona Cardinals pick, I am being told, is officially in. And, I mean, if I'm Arizona.
Wow, okay.
Okay, they're going to go with offensive lineman from Miami, right tackle, Francis Maui-Noah. Extremely interesting, which now puts the Cincinnati Bengals on the clock. And if I'm the Bengals, I mean, am I crazy to say like that? They got to build their defense a little bit. I mean, that team has been really bad defensively for a long time. Do we have team needs? Do we have any of that stuff?
Not
Okay.
today. Just because next week is when Sam's going to ask everyone from each channel what your team needs are.
Uh-huh.
We have like the team draft card, but the team needs it's just look up on there.
Yep. Okay, I got you.
So it's not yet. It's not
We're
fully
working on it.
Hey, we do have the pick though.
The Bengals pick is officially in here. I mean, if I'm Cincinnati, I'm looking at Mansour Delane. I think he's clearly the top corner in this year's class.
There it is.
And he is. It is Mansour Delane, cornerback from LSU. Hey, y'all, friendly reminder, we're 10 picks through this mock draft. The Raiders, they're going to be selecting at pick 36 in round 2. This is a 3-round mock, so I still got 36. I got 67 leading up here. But what's kind of fun about doing a fan-led mock draft, the Chat Sports mock draft, you see all these different mocks. Everybody's got different opinions. But the people that cover these teams here at Chat Sports, I do really, truly believe that they know these teams like the back of their hand. Like, no disrespect to all these other major publications out there. But I think the reason why the Raiders Report is the number 1 Raiders show on the earth is because we know this team, personally, I think better than anybody else truly, truly does. We've built an awesome community. So to be able to see our Chat Sports family be able to do a draft like we're doing right now is really flipping cool. And if you do not know, we are doing a special offer, special deal as it stands, 20% off until the last pick. Chatsports.com/RR shop, whether you want a Raiders Report hat, whether you want a Mendoza shirt, whether you want some Ashton Genty. At the end of the day, if you see anybody wearing some Raiders Report gear, hope that you stop by, hope that you say hello. And you know what? I want to be able to show some of the people that have been rocking some Raiders Report gear. It's probably a little bit too late now.
No.
There's so many other people also that we had photos for.
We've got the Ashton Genty.
I mean, the Genty one's been our top seller. Justin Buckman, Mitch, let's trade up, make a bang. Justin, I don't know how much you want me to trade up, man, but I might be able to do a trade in here. You never know.
Let's see who has the.
We got. I mean, you can show any of them. That one I love. So this is one of my favorites. This is sick.
How about this one?
Let's do it. We got a Just Win, baby. Shout out to my guy Mercedes Renz. He sent me this photo of him. He's got one of him and his son wearing this hat. I can remember a few years ago when him and I went out for dinner and he told me he was going to be a dad.
That's
super
awesome.
fun, super exciting to see. Now how big his boy's getting is really freaking sick, man. But at the end of the day, I want people to rock Raiders Report gear, and if you want to get your hands on some, y'all remember me saying there was some dude that ordered 6 extra smalls?
Yeah.
They ended up getting the order right. So if you accidentally order the wrong size, this is literally proof. Though this photo would be 10 times funnier if they were all rocking extra smalls. I'm not going to lie to you. They look like Zeke at the draft type of stuff. Then we got this one here, the selfie game for the Raiders Report crew. It's a pretty strong game. I'm not going to lie. The selfie gang here, it's pretty damn good, man.
All right, so let's recap real quick.
Shout out to Andy R, who just got himself a Weir Kubiak hoodie.
Go.
20% off. That's the deal that's going on right now.
So let's do a little recap.
I'm listening.
Because it was very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Very fast, right?
Very.
And then we'll look at maybe some best player availables as we're going into the to the next round of but
shout out to Jerry B. Shout out to Adam P.
Back
so
on the
we
clock.
started this bad boy off with Fernando Mendoza. Then Caleb Downs, a little bit of a shocker. Chiefs traded up for David Bailey. Sony Styles goes off the board at number 4. Jeremiah Love then at pick number 5 to the Giants. Arvell Reese, Cowboys trade up. Miami trades up to number 7. They take Reuben Bain. Carnell Tate going to the New Orleans Saints there. I like that value a lot. Arvell Reese to me falling to pick 6. The Cowboys being able to get him to replace Micah Parsons. Jerry Jones is laughing all the way to the bank. So is Tom Downey. Francis Maui-Noah goes to number 9 to the Cardinals, who traded back with Kansas City. And then you got Mansour Delane going to the Cincinnati Bengals. I do see some people super chatting. We will get to the super chats after the 3-round mock draft, just so all of y'all know. We will get to it at the very, very end.
Yes.
I will stay live, and I will answer every single super chat that comes in
Jeremy
during
Chris,
the draft.
I
So
see them.
if you guys want to get your super chats on, the only way that we're going to be able to show it, I'm just going to say it is if you bang. Got to bang. Let's go to round 1, pick 11 here, and it's Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi Lemon going to the Washington Commanders. I think it's a good fit. This guy's very much a Sperry type of guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jorge. Shout out to Brent. Shout out to Adam. And then shout out to Vince for getting some swag. Shout out to all y'all guys. So now it is the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. So they traded with the Dallas Cowboys.
They did trade. This was the trade. That's how they're here.
This is how they're here. They swapped 12 and 20. And for Dallas to be able to get Arvell, I kind of respect Tom for doing it. But if I was Tom, I also would have made that trade.
It's not a bad trade. And Tom, he's a smart guy.
Tom is a very, very smart guy. Tom is, to me, one of the best draft, and I don't say this lightly. There's a lot of people that make draft content. Truthfully, if you want to be the smartest person in your friend group for draft content, you can watch me, and I appreciate it. Watch Tom. If you truly, truly want that high level of content, Tom is the best on planet Earth in terms of NFL draft. He's sick.
All right.
You got to find some more hobbies, Tom, but he's a draft guy.
You want the pick?
I want the pick, man.
You want it?
Give me
it.
it.
Show it to you in a different way.
Give me the pick. Give me the pick, boys. Free my soul. I want to get lost in a rock and roll. And it's Spencer Fano. Round 1, pick 12, the offensive tackle from Utah. If you're Cleveland, you want to be able to protect Shador Sanders.
Shador.
You're trying to invest in Shador.
He plays in a dome.
In a dome. Spencer Fano, really interesting overall prospect. I say this, I got to see him up close and personal at the Combine. He is massive.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of those dudes where I remember when the first time I met Colton Miller, Colton Miller made me feel this big.
Oh,
Spencer Fano,
dude.
You could say giggity, you could say pause all you want. Dude is a thick dude. Dude is a thick dude.
The Buccaneers are up soon, so I gotta lock in real quick.
So who's the best available? The Rams are up.
The Rams are up.
Do we try to trade up to 14? That's probably never happened before.
No!
And the pick is in. Wow.
Oh, man.
Kenyon Sadiq. So do y'all remember the report a few years ago that apparently Sean McVay was going to trade up in front of the Raiders to take Brock Bowers at tight end? I think that this has been a team that, they've had some talented wide receivers, no doubt about it. They've kind of missed that tight end. I think to be able to add a little bit of physicality, they run a ton of 13 personnel. They go out and they get themselves a Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. I'm just going to say this because I know it. The Rams make the biggest trade in today's mock, I believe. I don't think we're going to see it.
Yeah, that was confirmed already, though.
Well,
we can show it.
I don't want to show it yet. We're gonna
Not
wait.
until
Not
that
until
pick?
the pick. Yep.
Okay.
There's going to be another trade that's going to be massive. And then at pick number 14 here, the Baltimore scumbag Ravens are going to go with Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State. I will say this to everybody out there that wants the Raiders to take Denzel Boston. The fact that Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, and Carnell Tate, those three
we gotta
receivers,
look at best available.
Those three receivers are off the board. I don't know what the chance is going to be of Denzel Boston falling to the Raiders because you got Omar Cooper, you got Casey Concepcion. Here's the best players available. What are you thinking here, Reed?
So I'm the Buccaneers. I'm on the clock.
I know.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 sec.
I mean, I think Monroe Freeling is the best offensive tackle. I mean, Venga is a hell of a guard. Jerron McCoy's got insane upside, though some of the medicals scare me a little bit. Keldrick Falk, I think he's a really, really good player at edge. I don't know where he's going to go, man. Where do you guys think Reed should go here at pick 15?
My pick is in.
Where should the pick be? And I see all y'all spamming Baltimore. F them. F them. I got a new hatred for Baltimore Ravens. And if you're a Ravens fan, you got a problem with that, go check out our Ravens stream. You're in the wrong stream. You can hop on over there. You can hop in over there. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Dude, this is wild. What's funny is, like, I'm nervous, and the Raiders pick 21 picks from now. Like,
all right.
21 picks from now. Okay. He's going to go with the edge position, Keldrick Falk. Tell me why you decided to go that route.
So I was always in the camp of at 15, if Kenyon Sadiq is not there, I'm going defense. I'm going best edge available. We went Keldrick Falk. I like Keldrick Falk. I mean, hey. We have some scouting reports on him.
I mean, to me, when I look at Falk, he's got a lot of size. He's actually a player that I talked about a few times that maybe the Raiders, if he ended up sliding down the board, you look at that big C on his chest. He does profiling as that base defensive end. Can play a little bit of that 5 technique, but he's got size. He's got length. He's got a really high motor. Coaches, scouts always rant and rave about his leadership, his character, and for an organization that, you know, they just lost a pillar player.
Exactly.
And he was, you know, truly like one of the best players that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had in a long time, retired recently. You know, I think you're trying to also be able to replace him.
I was going to say, with Keldrick Falk, he's with Todd Bowles' defense, he plays same defense as Rob Leonard. We want him to be versatile, and whoever our pick would be at edge has to be versatile in that 3-4 defense, and I think Keldrick Falk was that best option right there. If we're going to go edge, and I wanted to go edge if Kenyon Sadiq was not there.
So now that means, what, we're at pick?
Yep.
Okay, so technically the Lions are on the clock. I know that's what the graphic shows, and that's because the New York Jets, they selected Akeem Messidor, another edge rusher from Miami, at pick number 16. Akeem Messidor, if he was a little bit younger, I think no doubt people would say, oh, like, this is a great pick. And if you're looking at the New York Jets in this mock, they were able to get Caleb Downs and Akeem Messidor. And maybe, like, that was the plan all along. Maybe that was the plan all along. Howard,
we have a
Mitch,
trade.
You should do one of these with the entire Chat Sports team. Have all the hosts doing picks for the entire teams. Howard, that's literally what we're doing right now.
Dexter Lawrence has been traded.
Wow, Dexter Lawrence has been dealt, but who'd the Lions take?
The Lions?
Who'd the Lions take? The
Caden
Lions
Proctor.
go with offensive tackle from Alabama, Caden Proctor. I'll just tell you this, Lions fans, the last Alabama offensive tackle that I could think off the top of my head that got drafted 17 overall did not pan out well. Can you name who that is? Because I definitely can. So what? This is so Dexter Lawrence has just been traded. Does that mean Seeps, the Vikings, traded the number one pick 18? Do we have the trade details yet? Wow.
Because I think,
for the record also, Seeps and Marshall are roommates. They live in the same house. I feel like this is a little Rossini Vrabel action going on here. We got a little behind closed doors type of shit happening. The Giants have been asking for a first and then another pick on top of that. I think that for them, if you're Minnesota, you desperately need to be able to prove that you can win in the trenches. And now the Giants, they move all the way up here to pick 18. I have no idea where Marshall's going to go, but to see Dexter Lawrence just get dealt here, they're going to have to give him a lot of money. I think he's about to be a $30 million type of player. But this is there was some stuff happening behind closed doors here. I know it. I expect Marshall and Seeps to turn in their resignation.
Look at what we got.
And the pick is in. Venga Ione. I can never pronounce his actual name, but he does go by Venga. I've heard multiple shows. I am a Penn State guy. He is a mean mother effer at that offensive line position. Truthfully, if the Max Crosby deal would have never ended up falling through, this would have been one of those players that I would have looked at for the Raiders at 14, just like I was looking at Keldrick Folk there, also at pick 14. But obviously I like being able to have the Condor. So now we got pick 19, and to the 800 people here in the building, I see some of y'all spamming we are. You know what?
There you go.
Who's your favorite college team? What's funny is in all my family back home, they love Penn State. I've kind of slowly turned into an Indiana fan. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, like to all the Indiana fans out there, I'm rooting for Indiana football. Hell, I want us to launch an Indiana football channel here. Maybe we do it.
Maybe we do.
Maybe we do it. It's not going to be me, I'll tell you that.
So the Panthers are in.
Rebel, UNLV. Rebel, I can introduce you to some really good people here. Wow, I like this pick a lot. Dylan Thieneman. Is it Thieneman or Thieneman?
Thieneman.
Okay. Dylan Thieneman, my number one safety from Oregon. I really battle between him and Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo, but what I think Dylan Thieneman does so well is literally everything. Like, I can't say that. He's an outstanding athlete, 4.3540, but I think because Dylan Thieneman looks like, and I say this a lot about Brock Bowers looks like he can do your taxes, so I think people sleep on him a little bit. Dylan Thieneman also. Taxes were yesterday. He looks like he does his taxes. He is a outstanding do-it-all safety, and for him to go to 19, I think that that's a really good fit, and it's kind of interesting for our Panthers guy to go that route because now you're pairing Dylan Thieneman with former Raider Trevon Merrick.
Interesting.
A lot of investment there in that secondary. I do see some Notre Dame fans. I see Cal Bears. We got Oregon Ducks down there below. To all the Notre Dame fans out there, which I actually did not know this. I got to make sure I get the name right. That's not it. Who was the old Notre Dame coach that had like the most wins ever before Joe Paterno? For all you Notre Dame fans out there, just found out that's Moose's great-grandfather. Who? The old like Notre Dame coach who's got like the most wins ever in multiple national championships.
That's why he's a big Notre Dame guy.
That's Moose's great-grandfather.
Yep.
So if you're a Notre Dame fan, I'm telling you all this right now. I think we're going to be launching. We're going to be launching a Notre Dame channel probably in the next 365. The Browns are on the clock here at pick number 20.
They are, but they have decided.
The pick is in, and
it's a stretch.
See, I do think he's going to go in round one, and it's Omar Cooper Jr. I know for a fact that Omar Cooper Jr. will be a first-round pick, and Omar Cooper even said it like the other day. It was probably like 2-3 weeks ago at this point where he was like, not that he wouldn't want to be a Raider, but he's not going to be available at pick 36. I think for Cleveland, you got to look at how they've kind of done this draft. They've traded back. They got themselves a good receiver. Now you got somebody besides Jerry Jeudy. I mean, Omar Cooper will be the number one receiver for that team. He's also blocks. He's unselfish. I do understand the pick. The football dude said trade up for Jermod McCoy. I won't do that only because of the medicals. I know Jermod McCoy is an outstanding player, but I'm just telling you this right now. There's a lot of teams that have flagged his medicals with a knee injury that is what they believe to be an injury that's always going to keep him down a little bit.
All right, let's take a look. So the Steelers are on the clock.
Yep.
But we're taking
what?
Marshall in Chit Chat just said Love and Vega. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, the start for Marsh, I mean, they're definitely going in. I mean, they have a good defense.
Yeah.
They have a good defense. Now it's, they're trying to build that offense a little bit. But, I mean, love Cam Scatabo, Jackson Dart. I do understand the pairing and the fit. For me personally, I don't know if that's the route I would have went. In terms of the best available players still on the board here, and if you guys want, if you haven't already, we got 831 people here. Please, please, please hit that like button. We've got we got a lot of people already here in the building. Friendly reminder, if you want to get in our duck race, let's do that real quick. $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. To all the people that have super chatted, we will get to them at the very end of today's mock draft. But I did see that Timmy Jones got it in. What up, Timmy Jones? Bayou Raider, Jerry Kester, DeAndre Mallory have all gotten it in. And then Anthony Green, you in. If you want to get in our 50-50 raffle to win some money at the end of today's show, you could scan that QR code. If you don't know what a QR code is, get out your phone, try to take a picture of that. A little link's going to pop up. You click that link, and then you're going to be able to be friends with me on Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. So, get some money in. Right now, it's up to $120. We will do this at the very end of today's program. I see some people spamming Bayou. Bayou, tomorrow's going to be a big day for you, man. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for Raider Nation. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. I believe Bayou Raider's going to get into Mount Raider more. Friday happy hour tomorrow. Friday happy hour tomorrow starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you want me to go live and do a boot 90 minutes before that, we need 15 Mendoza bangs. It's a lot of bangs. I hear you. It's a lot of banging going on. All right, so right now the Pittsburgh Steelers are back on the clock, and I am being told that the pick is in. So what's fun is I actually don't know the picks. I truly don't know the picks, so when they just pop in up on screen, I'm kind of learning with all of y'all.
All right, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Wow. Oh, dude, I don't know if Denzel Boston's making it, guys.
Yeah.
KC Concepcion goes off the board here in round one, pick 21.
Coop goes Sperry with a wide receiver. Shocking.
Well, I mean, who did the Commanders take? Mekhi Lemon.
Yep.
So Sperry went Mekhi Lemon for the Washington Commanders. Now goes KC Concepcion with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I wonder if there's a reason that he's doing that. Freddie Garcia trade up for Boston, Mitch. Again, I'm not giving up my second and third round
pick.
I'm not doing it. This is an interesting pick here. TJ Parker going to the Los Angeles Chargers. Kind of a little bit of an interesting prospect from Clemson. I'd be if the Chargers actually went that route, I'd be okay with it. I would say that's all right. That's all right. I wouldn't mind it. Bro, with this Chat Sports trade value, you don't need much. I mean, I got to be able to actually make the deal with the people that are watching the show. Like, to the actual hosts, we've had time to, like, reach out to them. We've had time to, like, do things in the back. Like, for me personally, not that I don't like trades, but there are times where I kind of want to just make the pick at 36. I want to see who's available. I kind of want to make the pick at 67. But I will say this. I guarantee you I will be on the phone here in a little bit because there's going to be people calling me about pick 36.
Wow.
I already know it.
Eagles.
The Eagles, they're going to go with offensive tackle Max Ahinachor from Arizona State. He is maybe the highest upside. He, like, literally just started playing football, right? I think he just started playing football, like, a few years ago. And he's quickly showing that he's got a lot of athletic ability. I think for a team like Philadelphia, I understand that they don't have Jeff Stoutland there anymore as their offensive line coach, but that's been an organization that I think has done a really, really good job in terms of being able to execute and, like, get the most out of their offensive linemen. I mean, shit, look at Mekhi Becton just literally 2 years ago. But Max Ahinachor, interesting. Mitch is Tom Telesco. Don't do that to me, man. I mean, I'll say this, though. Tom Telesco also probably put together the best Raiders draft that we've had in many, many years. That's not saying a lot, but I confidently, and what's been really cool about the Raiders report, if y'all go back and check out who I would have taken instead of the Raiders, I mean, we wouldn't have Fernando Mendoza now, but we would be in a lot better spot. But Tom Telesco, man, y'all are doing me dirty. Again, like Tommy T had a good draft. JPJ, Brock Bowers, that was a hell of a start. Okay, so the pick here is in, and the Cleveland Browns, I'll tell you this, man. Freaking J.O.D. is investing around Shador Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle from Georgia.
That's exactly what's happening.
That's literally, he is stacking so many picks and so many players around him. Interesting. Somebody said 2 reaches in a row. That's good for us. The Bears are on the clock.
Oh, I forgot to push that. I'm sorry.
What?
The
Bears?
No. That was.
Oh, Monroe?
Yeah.
Sorry. Mitch Mabesco. Shut up, Zon. Everybody tells Zon. No, I'm just kidding. Zon, I love you. Nah, this is where, like, in the real draft, now, obviously, I say this, and I'm like, the real draft, we're just, at this point.
See, I think
I'm so just banged up. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren is kind of interesting.
If
he's there, it's going to be hard for me to say no.
I was thinking about Jermon McCoy when it was my pick.
I'm listening.
I'm glad I didn't pick him because clearly nobody believes in him.
Nobody. So who else
I'm happy with my Keldrick Folk.
Who else is available? Avian Terrell, Blake Miller, Colton Hood, who the Raiders just had a top visit with. Caden McDonald still there on the board. Chase Basantis, who the Raiders had a top visit with. Malachi Lawrence, Zion Young. Okay, we can go all the way up to 16. I like it. D'Angelo Ponzi, Cassius Howell, Jacob Rodriguez, Jeremy Bernard. So, again, our chat sports team, they're kind of going off of some of these rankings. Now, some of the top wide receivers available.
Oh.
Now, those are not my rankings.
No.
Okay.
No, this is Tom Downey.
I don't think that these are even Tom's, though. I don't know where these are from.
Actually, no, I think these are – might be Dane.
These might be random.
I think this is Brugler.
Okay. I don't remember. I
think the big board is
I know
Brugler.
this. Like, for me –
I think Sam told me
For
that.
me, it would be a little bit different, but I do think the top 2 wide receivers that are still left are Denzel Boston and Jeremy Bernard that we could look at. For Casey Concepcion to go off where he did is
there goes Jermon McCoy.
And there goes Jermon McCoy to the Chicago Bears, which I think for Chicago to go that route, first off, Jermon is, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a really good player. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be a really, really good player.
Oh, we have an interesting pick here from Tyler Smith and the Buffalo Bills.
You say interesting.
Very interesting.
Oh, man.
And I hate it because I wanted him.
Very interesting. Okay.
Jacob Rodriguez.
See, I think for a team like Buffalo, the way that you got to look at the draft is where am I lacking? And I'm not trying to act like I know the Buffalo Bills roster all that well, but if they feel like, hey, we need a leader, we need a linebacker in that room, I think it's a little bit early. But at the same time, he's a good football player.
Man,
and when
he is a good football player.
And I think when you're in that position like Buffalo is in, you're just trying to add good football players. Maybe he's the best player available on Smitty's board, but I do think it's a little bit of a reach. So we're getting closer here to the Raiders pick at 36. I've seen some people say, Mitch, trade up, trade up, trade up. I really do not think I'm going to trade up, okay? Now, if we get some banging going on, I can always be convinced. But in my heart of hearts, like I don't really want the Raiders to trade up because look who's next coming up here. I don't think Chugs is going to take a receiver.
No.
The 49ers might. Chase maybe.
I'm interested to see who Chugs takes.
I don't. Miami maybe. They got a really weak wide receiver room. New England's there on the board. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not going to trade up.
So Chugs is on the clock.
I'm not going to trade up.
49ers.
The 49ers picks in.
There it is.
Somebody said go get a lineman.
Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
That's a great pick there for Chugs. Pick. See, I like for the 49ers. I was like, oh, Chugs got him. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the value's there. He's probably the best player still left there on the board.
Who are you thinking on 36 right now?
I'll tell you this. I wouldn't be shocked if Chugs traded back. Chugs has been talking about trades left and right. Chugs has been talking about trades all day today.
See, he hasn't. All of his have fell through. Oh! He traded.
I told you. I freaking knew it. So New England trades up here to pick 28. I don't know what this swap is
There it
going to
is.
be. So the swap is, which I'm surprised Alpert did that only because now, I mean, if you're Houston, you're able to pick up an extra fourth. I don't think that this is, I think it's actually a good trade for New England. And for Chubbs, who's been trying to trade back, you still technically get to keep a first-round pick and you get an extra fourth in there.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I mean, if they're trading up, I do think it's for Denzel Boston.
It has to be, right?
I think it's going to be for Denzel Boston.
Actually, let's see, because I mean, these are the best available. Just
so Chris Johnson, Caleb
yeah, we're still
Lomu,
good.
Denzel Boston.
Who does he get?
I have no idea. I genuinely, I'm very curious here.
I'm talking about Alper.
I mean, maybe you look at. Do they go offensive tackle because Will Campbell was such a disaster?
Looks like we have the pick.
The pick is in. All right, here we go. Max Ihenachor has already been taken. Freddie Garcia, just so you know. And the pick is in.
And we go, wow, okay.
Offensive
Caleb
tackle.
Lugo, wow.
I mean, to me, that is.
Short arm.
Will Campbell
Short arm
was a
Will Campbell.
disaster last year. You're trying to protect Drake May. I get it. You know, I do. I truly, truly get it. So now the Chiefs are on the clock, who they did a lot of trading earlier on. Now, reminder, they traded up to number 3. I think they ended up giving up, I think, pick 40 or something like that in the second round. They do have that other, first-round pick, and that's from the Trent McDuffie trade that ended up going down, which they got from the Los Angeles Rams. So we'll see. We're getting closer and closer. I mean, where do you want the Raiders to go here? Where should I go at pick number 36? Where should I go? Mr. Gerds! What's up, Mr. Gerds?
We got to test out the Super Chats, too.
Fair enough. If you send 50 and above, we'll get you up here.
Yeah.
Draft Hoosiers and Bulldogs. I can't wait for Mendoza being a Raider. This year will be the best draft ever for the Raiders. Spy is locked and loaded. God bless Raider Nation. I mean, I hope so, dude. I think I speak on behalf of all of Raider Nation when I say this, but I've never been this excited about a Raiders offseason. I already can't wait for the year to start. I'm always cautious when I say that because I feel like I enjoy the offseason so much more than I do the regular season. But obviously, I think everyone's here for a reason, right? We're hoping for a little bit of some different things ending up going down.
Okay.
850 people here in the building, and I believe the pick is in.
It is.
For the Kansas City Chiefs, which now means the Miami Dolphins are officially on the clock. The Dolphins are officially on the clock. Do we know what that Chiefs pick is?
It's right there.
Oh, sorry. Colton Hood going to Kansas City, so that's your Trent McDuffie replacement.
Yep.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I think that pick
That
makes
is
some
not
sense.
bad.
I do.
And the Dolphins have made their pick as well.
The
So
Dolphins
Chugs
pick
is on
in.
the clock. Chugs is on the clock. Chris Johnson. The Raiders just held a top 30 visit with the cornerback from San Diego State, a captain. And, for Miami, that's got to be a team that they need to be able to invest in that defense a little bit more. Johnson can do a bunch of different things. I do think that he was probably the top player on the board. So where we stand right now to almost round out our round 1 pick, you got the Houston Texans coming up here at 31, the Seahawks here at 32. I don't see Houston and I don't see Seattle going with a wide receiver. I don't see either of these guys going with the defensive tackle. So to me, I do think Denzel Boston, Caden McDonald, there is a chance that they're going to be available to us, but we're going to have to wait and see. And Chugs has made his pick.
And Chugs' pick is in. Somebody said McDonald going to the Texans from Adrian. I mean, maybe. If you're trying to build your trenches, you're trying to get a little bit more big boys on the interior.
Oh, called it.
And he's going. Caden McDonald going to the Houston Texans.
I don't think the Seahawks are going to go wide receiver, so
I don't know who's going to be available.
we might be okay.
Do we trade up? If we
Because-
trade up, I got a prop. Like, I'll tell you this right now. If I trade up, I'm going to have to give up. Nah, I ain't doing it. Let's stay pat. What about Peter Woods? Somebody said effing Chugs. Rip says Mitch fumble. See, I'll be real with you. I don't think it's a fumble at all, and I only say that because I haven't made my pick yet.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if we get more and more and more that go on there a little bit? Somebody said now Boston. I mean, Boston maybe. Should we trade up? Give
There's
me
a
a yes, give
trade!
me a no.
No, we're screwed.
Why? Who traded up?
Oh, who do you think traded up?
I have no idea.
Sperry.
I mean,
He's
Sperry-
going wide receiver.
I mean, that's all
He
he's
just
been.
took one.
He's been wheeling and dealing. Now, Pittsburgh had 12 picks in this draft. What's really interesting, though, is when Sperry and I were talking about trading, these are the picks that Sperry and I were talking about. Right here. So Sperry now was talking to me about pick 36. I'm not going to be trading now. I believe I'm probably going to end up having to go with somebody. So now that's pick 53 and pick 76.
It's in.
The pick is in. Ooh, boy. Emmanuel Pregnon.
Interesting.
Pick 32 there, offensive guard. Okay.
All right.
So Emmanuel Pregnon, offensive guard from Oregon, is where we are at, and there is going to be a little bit of a break now in the action. A little bit of a break now. So we got pick 33 for Arizona, then you got the Tennessee Titans, and then the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be on the clock. So my question to you is, who are you hoping that the Raiders end up getting here at pick number 36? I do want to get a few other people in this duck race. Friendly reminder, $20 Venmo. Mitchell Renz, 365. You'd be in for a shot to win $150 here on the Raiders Report. LA Crash Dog just said, let me get in the action. LA Crash, I got you in the action. I mean, I do. I see a lot of Bostons right now. I see a lot of Denzel Bostons coming in. In terms of Arizona, do we know what picks Arizona, I guess, has in this draft? I have no idea.
Yeah, you want to see?
Yep, I want to see.
So, Arizona.
Interesting. So, Arizona's got 34. They got pick 40. They got pick 1. I mean, dude, they have a lot of picks, Arizona. So, what, they're up at 33. Then you got Tennessee. I mean, do you think that he's going to make it to us? I mean, there could be another trade. Again, the amount of trades that have happened here, it's been pretty wild. Let's go look at the best players.
Actually, we're going to go look at our awesome sponsor.
Okay, fair enough. That's on me. So we will get to the best players available here in just a moment. Before we do that, huge shout out to today's sponsor. It's Prize Picks, and they are our presenting sponsor here on the Raiders Report. America's #1 sports picking app. Sign up for Prize Picks with code HMA and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. And if you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Follow me at Mitchell Renz 365. You can also follow all of your friends out there. And if you want to see lineups that I am rocking with, I literally today wanted to be able to do a lineup with all of y'all. Now, here's the part about Prize Picks. Sometimes you're going to win. Sometimes you're not going to win. And unfortunately for me, my lineup today it was not a winner because Max Fried, he did not get me more than 4.5 Ks. He finished with just 3. Though Aaron Judge and Mike Trout, both more and more. If I would have done a flex play instead of a power play, I still would have been able to put some money in my pocket. But if you want to go play a little bit of Prize Picks, it's a lot of fun to be able to do it. Download the Prize Picks app today with the link down in the comments and in the description. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. The next time I talk about Prize Picks, I will tell all of y'all about my season-long lineup with the Raiders, and I had to pick another player in there for that season-long lineup. But Prize Picks, shout out to them. Yeah, let's go to the best available players here. I mean, I'll tell you this right now. The reason why I just don't want to trade up because I do like the idea of being able to get a guy like Denzel Boston. I don't mind the idea of going Blake Miller at offensive tackle. Chase Basantis is another very interesting prospect to me. Can you keep going? Another one for me. All right. Peter Woods, Malachi Lawrence there at the edge. A little D'Angelo Pons action. There has been...
Wow.
a trade.
Interesting.
And the trade is the Texans are trading for Kyle Pitts. This is hilarious.
I mean,
Chugs and Moose sit next to each other. So here's the trade. The Texans get Kyle Pitts, and the Falcons, they get pick 59 and a 7th-round pick. So this just means Moose gets to participate a little bit more. Yeah. That's low-key, that's hilarious, man. The New York Jets are officially on the clock here. Let's see what they end up going with. The Jets are on the clock. I'm trying to think of who their other picks that they ended up making. I mean, to me, I'm obviously hoping for Denzel, but also at the exact same time, I'm going to go with what we think is the best available. I'm going to go with a player that I think can help us out right away. And even if I got to reach a little bit.
You thinking?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking right now.
All right, so
because I'll say
this is the last pick.
The deal that Sperry made with that trade when he traded up and gave up his 53 and 76, that was a deal that him and I talked about.
Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So he decided to go that route, which I find interesting because he could have got cheaper, but he wanted the better pick. I mean, he basically picked 32 over 36 for the same value.
So I think Mike is choosing for the Jets.
Is he?
Yeah.
Somebody said Mitch looks nervous, dude.
So
I am nervous.
The Jets have Akeem Mesidor and
I'm nervous because if this is the real draft, I'm sitting there going, I want Denzel Boston.
Who did he took? Caleb Downs. He has Caleb Downs and Akeem Mesidor.
Akeem Mesidor.
So
they could go offense.
Akeem Mesidor was mocked to the Buccaneers a lot, and selfishly, I'm gonna talk about this mock draft after. I've talked about Akeem Mesidor a couple times already. I want to talk about Keldrick Folk.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So that's why I took him. And he's younger. Akeem Mesidor is going to be a 25-year-old rookie. That's rough sometimes. We're already pretty old on defense, so I wanted to switch it up a little bit.
We could go – Blake Miller's an interesting option. I'm looking.
All right.
Chase Basantis is an interesting option. Well, that means Denzel Boston going off the board here at pick 33.
All right.
So now we got to sit here and do some homework. Where's the route that we would like to go? The Raiders are almost here on the clock. Denzel Boston goes off the board. Again, this is a mock. I think what's interesting about mocks is you can kind of see how things end up developing, and maybe we're sitting here on draft night going, hey, I remember how that mock draft went. Maybe it is smart for the Raiders to try to go up and try to get them.
So here we go.
So here are the best players available on the board. Where would you guys go with the Raiders? For me personally, I am kind of leaning towards some of these offensive linemen, but also at the same time, I think Peter Woods is kind of an interesting defensive lineman overall that the Raiders could look at. Do you decide to go Jeremy Bernard? Do you decide to go with a receiver? Malachi Lawrence, edge from UCF.
So we got the Titans and then the Raiders.
The Raiders are almost up here.
Let's think a little bit because we got those four.
Rip
then
says trade
Zion
back.
Young,
Rip, I can't trade back unless somebody sends me a trade. Yeah, I was going to say, unless somebody sends me a trade, I'm not going to trade. I went live a lot earlier. A lot of the other guys didn't go live as early as I did, and they were working on their own trades from here and there. But I still think that there's some good players. Like, I could go with a Christian Miller. I like that idea. You don't got to go back that far. Like Christian Miller, a Blake Thomas. Somebody said Lee Hunter. I'm seeing some Lee Hunters down there. Like, if you wanted to go defensive tackle, I would rather go with Christian Miller than Lee Hunter.
The Raiders
personally.
are on the clock.
But the Raiders are officially on the clock here. Do you want me to go with a Blake Miller? Do you want me to go with the Chase Basantis?
Blake Miller was taken.
Off the board. Blake Miller off the board. So now where we are, we're looking at Chase Basantis. I think Peter Woods is an interesting player. I'll tell you this right now. My gut, I see a lot of y'all spamming defensive tackle. If you want me to go defensive tackle, I am going to pick Christian Miller. If you want me to go wide receiver, I will go with Jeremy Bernard. That's kind of where I'm leaning right now. I do see a few people spamming Chase Basantis. Few people are spamming D'Angelo Pons there. I do like D'Angelo Pons. Where exactly do you want me to go with pick 36?
30 seconds.
I got 30 seconds?
Yep.
I got to what? Message Sam?
Message Sam.
Okay. Where are we going? Seeing some Bernards. Pregnon's already gone. Dude, these are flowing in here. I like it.
Here's best available.
I like it. I like it. I like
Terrell,
it.
Chase Basantes, Peter Woods, Zion Young, D'Angelo Pons, Cassius Howe, Jeremy Bernard, Ty Simpson.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the player that is the highest on my board.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with a defensive tackle. Okay.
Woo!
I'm gonna go with the defensive tackle here. I wanted to be able to build up some of these trenches, and I'm hoping that some of these other wide receivers are going to be available to me maybe a little bit later in this year's draft. Somebody said trade back. I can't trade back. I don't have the – people got to call me. Because I went live a little bit earlier, I didn't have the ability to be able to do it. So I'm going to go with the defensive tackle here, and I'm going to go with Christian Miller from Georgia. To me, one of the things that the Raiders are really trying to do this year is they're trying to find an identity. And I think they're trying to find that identity on the defensive side of the football, and we need a nose tackle. Was I hoping for some other players to fall to me? Yeah, I kind of was, but I do think he's a really good run defender. I love the motor that he plays with. I also know that he doesn't offer you too much in terms of being able to go out and get after the quarterback, but at the exact same time, you got into Kobe Dean, you got a Quay Walker, you got a Eric Stokes. This is a team that's clearly trying to find players that know what it takes to be able to buy in to a system. And the one thing that Christian Miller is going to do is he's going to make everybody else around you a whole lot better. I value the trenches, and this was an area where I decided to go with a player that I do think is an instant day one starter for the Las Vegas Raiders. I probably could have gone in a few different directions. Like I was thinking between Christian Miller. I was really thinking between Lee Hunter. I was kind of pulling strings in terms of do I decide to go with like Avian Terrell, like that's even come from me from a cornerback standpoint. Chase Basantis, Jeremy Bernard were some other names that I was going with. But to me at pick 36, I'm going to go with the player that might not have the highest upside, but I do think his floor is like extremely safe, and I want to be somebody that wins in the trenches. I see some people saying Peter Woods. I think Peter Woods is a good player. I'm not trying to take that away, but if I'm going to go with a tiebreaker, again, based on what I think that I know, the fact that the Raiders brought in Christian Miller for a top 30 and they didn't bring in Peter Woods for a top 30, and the fact that we're showing a lot of love to a lot of these Georgia players, I'm going to go that direction. So that's where we have decided to go.
Peter Woods goes right after.
Peter Woods goes right off the board, and that's the Dexter Lawrence replacement. I figured maybe I also don't want to draft any more defensive tackles from Clemson, but, neither here nor there.
Oh.
Like, I'll say this, like, the Christian Miller pick, it's not an A pick. Like, I was hoping for Denzel Boston. I was hoping for Caden McDonald. Like, that in my mind would have been an A pick. Christian Miller, to me, is a B-plus pick. And it's a B-plus pick if you just look at the pick itself at 36. But I'm hoping because our trenches will be better with Christian Miller, that's then going to help us out in some of these other areas. And, the way that I look at some of these other areas, like I want to be able to get a corner, I want to be able to get a safety a little bit later on here in this mock draft. So somebody said get Branch next. Oh. And what's cool about this, I want you to grade it. Like, be honest with me. Not everybody's going to love every single pick that I do. I'm not going to love every single pick that I do. But I think that's what's really cool about mock drafts is you can see how boards fall. You can see how things end up happening. But I like Georgia Bulldogs. I like guys in the interior. And this is the route that I'm going to go. So Jay's going to say A. Omega's going to say C. Victor's going to give me a C+. 562 is going to go with a B. I got a lot of B's, some B minuses in there, some C's, some C pluses overall. All the GMs in the chat. I mean, I want y'all to be GMs in the chat, right? Like, that's what makes this show fun. Yeah. Like, I promise you this, man. I got thick skin. I got thick skin. I can handle it. People are hating. I'll say C's and B's is not people hating. I think, to be honest with you, in today's day and age, it's all cupcakes, butterflies, and rainbows, and everybody wants an A. And A is an excellent pick. Like, if we're evaluating picks, Fernando Mendoza is an A. Christian Miller isn't an A because it's not the same level. Denzel Boston, Caden McDonald, in my mind, they would have been A picks. Christian Miller, I would have said, like, Christian Miller, like me even taking Jeremy Bernard there, I would have liked it, but it would have been a little bit of a reach. So that's where I'm going. Professional, I mean, to say it's an F is wild. But, again, to each their own. You don't settle for B-plus talent if you have A on the board. I didn't have A on the board, though. Like, there were no players on the board that I would have given an A grade to at pick number 36. Like, if this was actual draft and I had actually 8 minutes to be able to do some homework and actually call some people, I would have absolutely positively hopped on the phone and I would have tried to trade back. With a minute, again, the trade that I was trying to do, now I can tell all y'all. So the trade that I was going to do when the draft first happened was Sperry. I was going to trade back with Pittsburgh. So my deal that I had with Sperry, and he backdoored me. And that's fine. That's the way that it happens sometimes. Whereas if I told Sperry and our Steelers guy that if Caden McDonald and Denzel Boston were not there, the deal that we were going to do was pick 53 and 76. So I was going to go from 36, and I was going to get pick 53, and I was going to get pick 76. That's, in my mind, what I thought was going to happen for this draft. Unfortunately for me, Sperry decided to trade elsewhere. Now, that's going to happen from time to time. It's going to happen. To the 800 people here, we still got a whole nother pick that we got to do coming up here at 67. And then once that's done, we will go through all the super chats. We will go through all the comments. We will stay live here on the Raiders Report.
Wow.
So here were some of the picks that ended up happening. You got Peter Woods goes to the New York Giants. Keelan Rutledge goes to the Houston Texans.
D'Angelo Pons.
C.A.J. Allen ends up going to the Dallas Cowboys. D'Angelo Pons here going off the board at number 40 to the Arizona Cardinals. So there is now I'm kind of looking at that wide receiver position, but since so many wide receivers went early, I will be very much so interested to see what certain picks happen. But like the problem for this mock draft, because I think in like the real draft, the Raiders will be able to use a lot of those 3/4 rounders. Just from already talking to a lot of the dudes at Chat Sports, they don't want to make trades with picks that they don't get to make today. Like, it's happened a few times, but, like, for me, if I'm trying to trade up right now, I see a few people saying trade up. There's not going to be anybody here at Chat Sports that's going to take a pick that they don't get to make today.
Right.
At least I don't think so based on some of the conversations I've had. But here are some of the upcoming picks that are happening on the clock. You got the Cincinnati Bengals.
And we will be taking a break.
I'm listening.
Like a 2-minute break after pick 42.
Yep.
So after the Saints pick.
Okay.
After the Saints pick, we'll take a break.
Okay, the Bengals pick is in.
Yep.
We will see what this is here in just a moment. I did see Jonathan Morales, Jaime Portillo, and then Simon T.G. You are in this duck race.
Let's see here.
So this means now the pick is in, and it's, wow, okay. Oklahoma edge rusher R. Mason Thomas.
Okay.
Going to the Bengals here. And kind of an interesting prospect, edge rusher. Some people have him as a top 30 guy overall. I do personally like him in terms of like what he's able to bring to the table, but
that's an interesting pick, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I don't totally disagree with you. I don't totally disagree with you.
So the Saints are on the clock.
Yep. The Saints are on the clock. Yeah, I'm good. But it'll be fun to see what happens here. I will
ask this again.
Uh-huh.
Should we trade up?
Should we trade up? I mean, you're going to have to make the calls because I can't do it.
Nah.
I mean, like
no trade ups.
With 1 minute, it's tough. I mean, I can try to. Okay. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button. And a friendly reminder that I'm going to be live tomorrow.
There goes the Saints.
For Raiders Friday Happy Hour. We go live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's usually like a 3-ish hour show. And, yeah, we're going to have some beers. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be a wild, wild day. Bayou Raiders got a chance to get into Mount Raider more. But if you're having a good time today and you appreciate our draft coverage, obviously this is a super sped up version of the way that it's
awesome.
Obviously going to be. But, I hope that you guys can see kind of like how the graphics are going to look, what the picks are. Avian Terrell going off the board here to pick number 42. I will not trade. I will not make a deal. Can't make a deal with the Baltimore Ravens. I'll tell you that. I don't know what these helicopter things are. But
I don't know either, but
I do not know. What up, Bayou? In the building. Hold tight for Branch.
That are 3N. If you keep doing the helicopter thing, I'm going to have to put you in timeout for like 10 minutes. I don't know what it means, but it's annoying.
My opinion says hold tight for Branch. Yeah, like to me, I feel bad for saying obviously I care about this mock, and obviously I want to be able to provide the best content possible. But I also think sometimes the importance of doing a mock draft. Remember, when we started this show, it was like treat it like a preseason game. There are times where like I want to see how the board ends up falling down because again, like I do mocks on PFF, I do mocks on PFN, and because all those systems are kind of similar, you have an idea of like which players are going to be available to you. And, you know, same here for Chat Sports. Like we still knew like which certain players were going to be there, but also at the same time, like I think like I don't know, I think it's kind of fun because in my mind, I think about so often pick 36. I think so often about 67, 102, 117, 134, 175, 208, 219. Like they are literally ingrained in my mind. So I'm like, I always just want to see like how the draft would end up turning out if it ends up going that way. Prince says go wide receiver or cornerback. I mean, how about this? We got to change up the live poll right now.
Oh, yeah.
So the live poll ended up being 44% for wide receiver, 39% for defensive tackle. How about this? What position should we draft next?
Ooh, okay.
I will do this one. I'll make a poll out of it.
And I will tell them
to be honest,
that the Dolphins are taking Chase Basantis, the guard from Texas A&M.
Chase Basantis. Okay.
All right. So that means
all right,
the
so
Jets
are
back on the clock.
I got wide receiver, free safety, offensive line, the top options. But the other reason, like I see some people saying I should have gone Bernard. The other reason why I went with Christian Miller at pick 36 is because I do think that the safety and wide receiver depth that's going to be available to me at pick 67 is going to be a lot better than the depth that would have been, let's say, defensive tackle. So, you know, in my mind, if I would have gone Jeremy Bernard at 35, then I probably would have been able to try to find another player. Maybe I would have had to reach for a safety. But now the fact that I was able to get Christian Miller, I'm hoping that a Zachariah Branch, a Elijah Surratt, dude, honestly, like there's a chance AJ Halsey's sitting there, you know, looking at me dead in the face. Like I think all those options are extremely interesting options for the Raiders, and it's going to be fun to see because there was a serious run on wide receiver. But I do think that there's a little bit in terms of a gap breakdown because I think Bernard. I don't think Bernard's going to be available to me at 67.
Oh.
Brandon Cisse, cornerback from South Carolina.
That would have been my pick.
Off the board.
That would have been my pick.
Surratt is the same wide receiver as Besh. I don't think that that's true at all. To say that they're the same, no. Do they have similarities? Sure. You know who's a player I really like? Anthony Hill Jr. I know he's a linebacker. I actually do really truly like him. I think he's a really fun prospect. I mean, dude, Chris Bell's a really fun and interesting prospect as well at the wide receiver position. Like, some people are concerned about his injuries. How far does he fall down? I like Caleb Banks a lot, but again, it's those medical red flags. If I could get information on how Banks's medicals went yesterday, that would be interesting. I would love to be able to see that. Can you show the best wide receivers, or is it only best available?
Oh, I can show whatever you want.
Ooh, okay, let's do this. So these wide receivers are not my rankings. Like, I don't think Malachi Fields or Antonio Williams should be ranked higher than Branch and Elijah Surratt.
If we were to be...
These are just more of, like, overall Chat Sports rankings. Again, I do mine more solely on, like, what I think is the best fit for the Las Vegas Raiders, which maybe is something that I could try to bring up. Like, I do have Jeremy Bernard, Chris Bell. Yeah, I think that these are all pulling from Dane.
Let's see. So, best tight ends available, Max Clare.
Don't need tight ends.
Oscar Del. No, I'm just saying I'm trying to see.
But I don't need tight ends.
Was Eli Stowers picked already?
I don't. Do you need? Are you looking this for you?
No, I'm looking at it. So I have Dane Brugler's the beast up right now.
Yeah, but I don't need tight ends.
Put
any position up besides tight end. I don't need tight end.
All right, it's just the one that I found on the beast.
Well, I mean, anything besides quarterback.
You know what? Let's look at who picked.
You picked the two worst positions that you could
I
have
was just
showed.
showing an example.
Give me anything else. Example, anything else.
Oh,
Eli
see?
Stowers off the board. Number 45. I mean, see, Moose is going to be devastated, but you are on the clock, so you can look.
I know.
Well, I was saying, like, if you got to look, but if you're trying to show best available, I don't need to see quarterback
Well, I
and
was
tight
trying
end.
to see. So it's off of Dane Brugler because those are his tight end rankings, and I was just checking. I had the tight ends up on the beast, so it was quicker.
I got you. All right, so who you thinking here? Shout out to Ruben Ortiz getting in the duck race. Ruben, you in. Ruben Ortiz, winner 20 to win, 200 doll hairs here on today's episode. My opinion says you think Caleb Banks is going to be the pick. I mean, Caleb Banks' upside is outstanding. There's no doubt about it. But what's the injury concern?
I made my pick.
Reed made the pick. All right. I'm curious. Where are we going? So I don't think they have it updated yet. Oh, okay. I love this pick. Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker from Texas. I do really think he's like a top 40 talent.
Sorry, I was trying to show. So explaining, I was trying to show that I just picked a random. I picked the tight ends because that was what I had on the beast. So I was like, quicker just to show an example and just to see what the rankings were.
Mm-hmm.
So the rankings are from Dane Brugler.
Yep.
Because the tight end rankings were the same that Dane Brugler has.
It won't be that way though on draft.
No, it'll be Downey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't be.
So that was why I picked tight end. Sorry.
I got you. It's understood.
I would not have picked a tight end though. I was looking at Anthony Hill Jr.
It's understood.
Understood.
So now the Colts here are on the clock.
But in the middle of that, I didn't realize I was on the clock, and Sam's like, I need a pick, man. And I was like, sorry.
He's like, hey, bro, I need something.
All right, so I think the Colts is in.
Mm-hmm.
So the Falcons have a pick.
The Falcons have a pick.
Let's see who. Oh, wow. Jake Goldday.
Jake Goldday?
I like Anthony Hill a little bit better.
You do?
I do. Emmanuel sent a super chat and said, no need to be an a-hole to read. I was like, that's just how we talk.
Well, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I was just trying to make an example, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
No, it was just funny because you're like, pick any other two positions.
Anything else? I feel like my wife and I. Atlanta's pick is in.
I was gonna say, Emmanuel, it's hard to make me really upset. So
the pick is in. He will eat the table.
Are the Colts and Bengals picking with eyes closed? That's awesome. Oh wow! All right,
I'm listening.
This is what we got. This is who Moose picked. You ready?
Uh-huh.
You want to take a guess? Close your eyes.
When can I open them?
You can open them right now.
Chris Brazzell.
I thought you were gonna guess, but
oh no. Well, I had no idea where he was. I do like Chris Brazzell though. That's kind of an interesting
pick for them. I don't hate it though.
Vikings pick is in. The Vikings pick is in. Here we go.
Dude, this is awesome.
I'll tell you this. I'm really starting to like some of the depth that has fallen down here a little bit. Like I'm looking at pick 67, and I'm thinking, can I get a Zachariah Branch? Can I get a A.J. Halsey? Can I get a Elijah Surratt? Is kind of where I'm looking right now. But we'll see. The Vikings pick is in, which now means that the Lions here are on the clock. See, I don't know if I'm going to go. I wouldn't go Hurst. Gabriel Ruiz, I got you. I'll look here, Gabriel. Again, we're going to do a duck race at the very end of this mock draft. The Lions pick is in.
All right. Sorry, we'll flip through them. It happened so quickly. I was talking to Sam. A.J. Halsey.
A.J. Halsey, safety from LSU, goes off the board there to the Vikings. I mean, I know that Seeps had a big need at safety.
He did.
He was talking a lot about Dylan Thieneman. So the fact that that ended up going the way that it did. And now, okay, the Lions, they're going to go with edge rusher.
Derek Moore.
Derek Moore goes off the board.
So the Panthers Smitty's on the clock.
Panther Smitty is on the clock. Who's next? I'm going to start texting some guys like, what do you want? Who's next?
I know.
Well, no, can I see who's available?
Next picks?
Yeah, who's coming up here in a little bit?
So we got 51 Panthers.
All right,
and
so
Packers.
we got Panthers, Packers, Seahawks. Okay. We'll see. Chris Bell, Mitch, he's still available. That's kind of why I'm also like not really panicking about the wide receiver. I do think that there's still some good receivers if we want to go that route. Like there's still plenty of talent still left there on the board that we could look at. Plenty of talent.
I'm thinking.
I mean, I'll tell you this. Like, I like Chris Bell. I did not think he'd be around this late, but I mean, there's some really interesting stuff going on. Really interesting stuff going on here.
I just know that Smitty's taking his time.
Well, I mean, I would too.
The A.J. Halsey pick. I like that for Seeps.
I kind of do too.
I like that for Seeps. Oh, Carolina's in. Packers are on the clock. Is Mitch making some deals right now?
I'm texting guys. I was.
Ooh.
Jeremy Bernard off the board, wide receiver for Alabama.
Alabama.
Which, I mean, they're trying to get they got Tedero McMillan, Jeremy Bernard. Somebody said I don't like Bell. See, I don't know how you don't like Bell. I can understand the concerns because he was somebody tore his ACL November 22nd, but also, I mean, he was on track to be, I would say, a number one wide, like a round one wide receiver. He was on track to be. Omega says Chris Bell in the third round is insane value. I agree with you, man. I think that's outstanding value.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we look at best available.
I mean,
Cassius
I think
Howell was supposed to go in the first round.
I think Zion Young value. Cassius Howell. Well, I'm curious to see how far Ty Simpson falls. Ty's going to fall.
He's fallen so far.
He's going to fall pretty far.
Wait, well, let's see. Let's look at the next pick.
Papa Shoot says, who's the best safety on the board? I mean, for me personally, it would be Bud Clark. Like, if I'm going to draft a safety, I'm going to draft Bud Clark. But that's because I'm looking at it from we need a free safety. We need a ball hawk.
Keontae Scott is very good. I like him.
Zakee Wheatley, Bud Clark, Jalen Kill. Like, yeah, to me, it's Bud Clark. I think that I think he would be the pick. But I'm not saying, like, that's the pick I'm going to make. I'm saying, like, if I needed to. But also, based on the way that these rankings are made, I wouldn't be shocked if Zachariah Branch and Elijah Surratt are both there.
Zion Young off the board.
Zion Young goes off the board. I mean, that's really good value for Green Bay. Trying to get a little bit more help there for Micah Parsons just in case. What do you got?
We got some shiny picks, man.
Shiny picks.
We got some shiny picks. I like the Caden McDonald or the Christian Miller and the Fernando Mendoza. You know what else is pretty shiny?
One shining moment. Shout out to today's other sponsor, GLD. And if you want to shout out here, give me some GLDs down below. 40% off your order with code CHAT at GLD.com. The chain that I am rocking right here up on your screen. And what I love about this is the versatility of it, because I say this all the time. If you want the chain that I have up on my neck right now, it's the one that you see up on screen. This might surprise you. The model is not me. But if you want to get your hands on some awesome, and I mean awesome swagger, GLD has an official collab with the NFL, so you can get every NFL team on a pendant this season. They also have official collabs with the NBA, WNBA, MLB, NCAA, NHL, MLS, and even DC Comics. Work hard and change the game. For a limited time only, new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code CHAT to get 40% off at GLD.com. GLD.com. That's 40% off with code chat at GLD.com. After you purchase, they're going to ask where you heard about them. Please support the Raiders Report and tell them that we sent you. But these guys got 2 million customers, 50,000 five-star reviews. If you want to look good, feel good, and be at your best, I'm telling you this right now, I do wear my GLD chain very often, and I say that because, here, get me back up on screen real quick. Because, like, when I wear this chain, I like to have things where I'm not like a reversible belt guy, but I am a very much like, I don't know if cheap's the right word. Like, I want things where I know I'm going to get value. Like, I can rock, but like that.
You can take it like that.
But it's also like when Alex and I go out, she likes that look.
Right.
And her and I would go out for date nights from time to time, not since the draft's been happening, but after the draft, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. GLD, thank you for hooking it up. And again, if you want to keep on getting awesome deals like 40% off, just when you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Tell them Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report ended up sending you. So I believe now the Sea Chickens are on the clock here. And I do think that the pick is about to be in.
I think he took who was up there. That's funny.
Who was up there?
Yeah, he took who.
I didn't even
was
see.
right
I didn't
there.
even see who it was.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. That's a great pick for
It's a
Seattle.
great pick.
For them to be able to get another player that can get after the quarterback, Cassius Howell, solid value there. I'm looking right now at our poll. And if you haven't voted yet, please make sure you go do so. What position should we draft next? Wide receiver, free safety, offensive line, or do you want me to go in another direction? Right now, 54% of the votes are for wide receiver. So I'm telling you this, I think I'm going to go wide receiver.
Interesting.
Because you guys voted for wide receiver last time, and I was, honestly, for me in my mind, it was truly between Christian Miller and Jeremy Bernard, but I decided to go with Christian Miller because I did feel like the value with other positions was going to be there at 67, where I really didn't think that the value at defensive tackle was going to be there a little bit later on. It was slight reach for me, but I like the trenches, and I'll invest in guys in the trenches. So please, let me know down below. Somebody said, Ed Robbins, who are the top wide receivers available? I would say it's
see that.
Chris Bell. You're going to see Malachi Fields, which he's probably deserves to be in there. To me, though, if we're going to go wide receiver, okay, so I like this. So Chris Bell, if Chris Bell's on the board at 67, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to take Chris Bell. If Chris Bell is not there, I would then start to look at, to me, Malachi Fields, Derzon Streebling, they're ranked a little bit lower for me. Yes, they're big-bodied receivers. Antonio Williams is a slot. But then I look at Elijah Surratt.
I mean, Elijah Surratt.
Ted Hurst, Zachariah Branch, some interesting prospects there. We have I mean this when I say this. Whoever we decide to go with, I'm going to let y'all decide here on pick 67.
Really?
To a certain degree. I mean, we're going to go with wide receiver. We're going to see what some of the votes come in, and then we'll go from there. Because what I also would love, and this is the part when they told me we're only doing 3 rounds, I kind of was like, dang it. I wanted to be able to, we got 3 fourth-round picks. And what's kind of hard is here at Chat Sports, nobody valued my fourth-round picks because they're like, I don't get to make the picks. Mm-hmm. Like on actual draft day, if I'm looking around the board and I'm going, the Raiders have 3 fourth-rounders, I wouldn't mind them trying to use some of those picks and move up and go get a guy. I think that's a really good value there. Eagles pick is in.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that we are about to get an insane trade here in a little bit. We might even be getting it soon. I don't know. Has the trade happened?
I was going to say, it happened.
It technically already happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was before.
So the trade.
So that's how they have that pick. You want to wait till that pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because it was technically confirmed.
Okay. I got you.
But we'll let them know what it was.
Well, I see a bunch of people are like, oh, is the Eagles going to take a receiver? I don't
you just want to show them?
No, not yet.
All right.
We'll see. We'll wait to see. So what? The Eagles pick is in. So now the Chargers here are on the clock.
All right.
Philadelphia.
Where's Ty Simpson going to go?
Truthfully, who do y'all think ends up drafting Ty Simpson? Do we even think Simpson's going to go in this month?
This is a good pick for Philly.
Keontae Scott, safety from Miami.
He's he likes to play in the box a little bit.
Okay.
He's a more aggressive guy. He's not great in coverage, but he's not terrible. But he plays more nickel.
Okay.
And I really like him. I took him in my Bucks mock draft. Great tackler, great head on his shoulders.
Long, lanky.
Not really.
Okay.
Not huge. I think he's like. Actually, let me see. We can check that out.
I will say this, again, what's funny is not that I don't know a lot of the safeties that play in the box, but I've really only been studying the free safeties a little bit more. But you're right, widely productive for a nickel in the backfield, plays well above his weight class. Didn't allow many yards last year, though it was heavily in short area coverage. Will miss tackles despite his willingness.
So that's why, he's aggressive. So that's why he will miss tackles. But, I'd rather have that and kind of get that taught out of him. Rather than not being scared to tackle,
Gotcha.
Because he's not huge.
So the player on screen there is Keontae Scott, which maybe we got to talk to Sam about because his name's not on screen.
It is. I was just showing. It's sorry.
No, you're okay.
I was showing the selection. His name is on there. It's just I was showing the selection over top of it.
I gotcha. So that's how the graphic looks. Okay.
Yes, yeah. That's how.
Again, I'm learning too, y'all.
I was, All right. Well, let's get back to this question. Who are we gonna take?
Oh, this is kind of interesting. Some random news in the NFL.
What do you got?
Dante
Real
Fowler
news?
visited the Seahawks today, and AJ Epinesa visited with the Miami Dolphins today.
So, by the way, Chargers took Chris Bell.
Chris Bell goes off the board. Caleb Banks goes off the board next then at 56. So the Chicago Bears are now on the clock.
Caleb Banks at 56 is
New
interesting.
Breed says Hurst, Branch, or Clark. Okay.
All right.
I mean, we'll see how this goes. I mean, this what's kind of fun about this mock, man. You don't know how it's going to end up shaking out.
You really don't.
Which I like the idea of Mendoza. I like the idea of Christian Miller. Again, I probably like going defensive tackle more than some other people out there, but I do think that DT is a position that we need to be better at. Freddie, damn it, bro. It's going to be Branch, to be honest. Lacks second-round grade receiver. It could be Zachariah. I mean, to me, I also don't mind the idea of if the Raiders also find a way to bring in a veteran. Let's say we don't get a receiver, right, in the actual draft. I do wonder, could you sign a Juwan Jennings? Could you sign a Keenan Allen? Could you sign a Deebo Samuel to a one-year prove-it deal? Because maybe in the Raiders' mind, they look at it as, hey, in a perfect world, their words, we have Kirk Cousins starting over Fernando Mendoza. So maybe they want to bring in that veteran on a one-year deal. And then next year's class, next year's class is stacked. You decide to look at a receiver then. But no matter what, I will take a receiver in the Raiders draft. What do we got?
Bears.
What?
Trade
Stukes. Okay. Safety, cornerback, more of a nickel corner hybrid style player. And obviously, I believe they ended up going with, did he draft Chris Johnson?
I can tell you.
I think he drafted Chris Johnson at 25. Maybe my memory is kind of getting faded on that a little bit. Jermod McCoy. Okay.
Yep.
So he went cornerback Jermod McCoy, and now you go trading Stukes. A lot of investment there in that secondary for the Chicago Bears. But then the Bears also have another pick.
They have a pick. So it's 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I can actually show you that.
Smith said Malik Muhammad. I love Malik Muhammad as a prospect. I think he's a really fun player. I wouldn't take him here at 6.
So that's
or 67, but
so the Bears just took
trading
so
Stukes.
We can move that down.
Yep.
So it's 49ers, Falcons. The Bears pick again.
Okay.
So the 49ers are on the clock. I think we're taking a break.
So this pick you guys are seeing, this pick is actually the Rams pick, but this is the trade that we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the biggest trade of the day.
We're taking a break.
It's the biggest trade of the day.
At the Seahawks.
The Seahawks pick, we'll take a little break.
Seahawks pick, we're taking a break.
Yes, Jesse, Jeremy Bernard went off the board. I believe he went at pick 51.
So
51.
We got that's when we're taking a break. The Seahawks pick right there.
So can you show me the picks that were leading up to pick 53? Because, again, in my mind, I thought about potentially in my mind, I was trying to trade back to 53. A.J. Halsey would have went off the board. Jeremy Bernard would have went off the board, which I would have been hoping for Bernard to fall to me at 53. I mean, I could have gotten Cassius Howell, which would have been interesting, but I think if I would have been on the board there at 53, I probably would have went Chris Bell.
Really?
Yeah, probably. I mean, again, at that point, if I would have traded back and I would have been in that position, probably would have went Chris Bell there at 53, though. Passing on a guy like Cassius Howell would have been difficult.
Yeah, that's
because
tough.
that value is outstanding to me. And I mean,
all right,
that's outstanding.
49ers
value.
are in.
Wow, it's a really good pick. It's a really good pick. It's good value. Jennings Dunker, offensive lineman from Iowa. That's a smart pick. It
Atlanta's
might not be
already in.
It might not even be all that. Well, they've had how much time to probably get prepared? They've had a lot of time. Atlanta's got, I believe, 5 picks.
Okay.
Okay, I got a okay out of Reed here. So let's see what it is.
Lee Hunter.
Lee Hunter from Texas Tech goes off the board. That's really good value for Hunter to slide all the way to 59.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good value there. Honestly, I could have probably thought about taking Lee Hunter at 53 if I would have traded back. So now the Bears are on the clock, and then once this Bears pick comes in, we're going to show you a trade. It's a big one. And I actually, you know what? Let's show the trade now.
Show the trade now.
Because that way we can ask y'all what we think about this deal.
Yeah.
So this is a trade that ended up going down in our Chat Sports mock draft. I will say this. I actually don't think that this trade is possible.
It's not possible, I think, with the contracts and everything.
With the money involved, it's not. But, they did this today. It is what it is. The Rams get A.J. Brown, who, by the way, drafted Kenyon Sadiq earlier today. Maybe this is a little bit concerned about what's going on with Puka Nacua. The Eagles get number 61 overall, and they get Devontae Adams. I'll say this. I don't think that this is a good trade for Philadelphia, and I only say that because I believe Philly is a run-first football team. I don't think Devontae is going to want to block. I know Tay was really good last season. I think it was the offense that they played in. So you're bringing in a veteran receiver who doesn't want to block for you, and you're giving him a quarterback in Jalen Hurts that's not the best value. I know the name value of Devontae is great, and you're still getting that second-round pick. But to me personally, if I was the Eagles, I would not have done that. I would not have made that trade. Somebody said it was a weird trade. I mean, who do y'all think wins this deal? Do you think the Rams win, or do you think the Eagles win this trade?
That's a better question.
I will say this. I think that actually the Rams win that deal. The problem is it can't happen because of the money. But I only say that again because I know, Devontae Adams, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are probably actually one of the worst destinations he could have gone to.
Yeah, he's not going to Philly.
No, what was funny is, this is a true story. When this trade got submitted this morning, Harrison goes, and Devontae Adams has officially retired. Because I think if Tay was like, oh, man, I got to go to Philly, I ain't doing that. A.J. Brown wins. You're right, Raider Tone. You're right, Raider Tone.
That's true. All right.
I just saw something in production.
Yeah, you see that?
Yep.
All right. We've got the picks in.
That's hilarious. All right, the pick is in. Gabe Yakis, edge from Illinois. Okay. Here we go. So now
things are getting interesting.
So now the Eagles here are going to be on the clock at pick 61 after their blockbuster trade where they sent A.J. Brown to the
blockbuster
Rams,
trade.
and the Rams sent Devontae Adams to the Philadelphia Eagles. And the pick is, he's staying in Pennsylvania. Danny Dennis Sutton, edge rusher from Penn State.
Little undersized.
Still
undersized. A lot of power.
Oh, we got another trade here. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on
Cullen!
the clock. Cullen trading up with the Denver Broncos. Let's see where this one ends up going down. This is going to be interesting here.
Cullen.
The Cullinator. So the Broncos, you know what? I actually like that Moose did this because now he gets 2 third-round picks, 88 and 100. Cullen gets to hop up to pick 62.
Yep.
I don't know who are the best players available? I mean, where is Cullen going to be going here with this trade?
Let's see. Ty Simpson. Jadarian Price. What are you about to say?
If anyone wants 67, send me some offers. I want to see if I can trade back and maybe get 2/3. 2 like very late third-round picks. I don't know. We'll mix it up. Against the rules. No, I didn't. Apparently I didn't read the rules. I'll delete. Well, I clearly don't read Slack as much as I should.
All right. That's so good. Hey, you could go. You go Antonio Williams, Clemson guy.
See, he's more of a slot, and that's I think like for the receivers aspect of it, I don't want to look that route. I mean, Jadarian Price, running back from Notre Dame, would be a hell of a 1-2 punch with Ashton Genty. Malachi Fields, big outside receiver. Big outside receiver. Now I feel bad. I didn't even know that was against the rules.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all right.
I did not know.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, Cullen.
Kieron Crawford, edge from Auburn, off the board here, going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I will say this, Cullen is low-key, does know a lot about the draft, so I'll have to ask him why he decided to go that route. But to, like, trade up for him, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Rebel said, screw the rules. I got money. You know, Rebel, I don't disagree with you. I hear you, but I think the hard part about this draft for me personally was I was trying to do a lot of – I know a lot of the other guys were wheeling and dealing in the back end, and maybe I should have tried to do a little bit more of that in the grand scheme of things, but I also tried to get a few extra videos out. I think I prioritized the video side instead of making trades, but there's a part of me where now like that I'm here at pick 67, I kind of want to trade just so I'm still in it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I make the pick, and then this mock's kind of over for me. Like, this whole thing's over. So, like, truthfully, I was just trying to trade back just so I could still be a part of the mock, like, later on.
Yeah. It's just all trades had to be confirmed this morning.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Because Sam has to make it. Because
So
we only have 1 minute. So that's why he sent the...
Oh, see, I guess I was confused then when I saw the Sperry trade, because Sperry and I had that trade. So then I guess
he probably made it with somebody else too.
Well, no, I guess.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about it.
That's why Chugs had 5.
Oh, okay.
Because he had different. Because it was like, oh, if this is this,
Yep.
we're gonna draft there. If this is this,
Well, that's what Sperry and I did.
he did it with 5 other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
Romelio Height.
That's why I was confused. I was like, somebody had to, like, in my mind, because the Sperry thing happened, I was like, they're making trades.
Yeah.
I got you.
It was before. All of these trades were before. So Colin had this trade before.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right. Seahawks
Romello Height, edge, goes to the New England Patriots. And then we got the Seahawks pick. This is a great pick, Jadarian Price. I mean, you're able to replace Kenneth Walker. You get another really good running back. I like Seattle's killing this draft. Ortner's picks, I think, are really solid. So that means the third round is about to begin. We got the Arizona Cardinals, the Tennessee Titans, the Raiders. I do want to say this, and it's kind of funny what I'm about to say. You know when we beat the Kansas City Chiefs there at the end of the year? I know that was a game that we were all like really fired up. We were really hyped about because we were able to get that win. If the Raiders would have lost that game, obviously still would have had the number 1 overall pick, but we would have had the first pick in every single round of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So if that would have been the case, we could have gotten Denzel Boston here today. Just saying, right? Like, I know at the time I felt good about it. I would have still liked Denzel over Christian Miller, but there is a part of me where I think Boston and Miller, I think Christian Miller's floor is much safer than Denzel Boston's. I do think Boston gives us maybe more upside at that wide receiver position, but I think Christian Miller, his floor is much safer as a pro than Boston. Maybe that's an unpopular take. Here's also something, though, that I know a lot of y'all are watching this show. I did say the MVP of today's program, whoever bangs the most, I was literally going to give you this Mendoza shirt off of my back if we haven't had anybody bang today, so believe me, we don't have to give the shirt away. If you're like, Mitch, I just want a Mendoza shirt, hey, go to chatsports.com/RRshop. I would sign this one. I'd send it to you. You just got to tell me where you're at. But if you're looking for new merch, like if you're also excited, I mean, I can't wait for a week from today when, I mean, dude, like a week from today, I'm probably live on the Raiders Report right now.
Yep.
And we're getting hyped, you know? Like I'm already so excited to be able to do next week's draft. And if anybody out there is also hyped up, you want to get some Raiders Report gear, go to chatsports.com/RRshop. And one thing that I've been saying for a long time that I want to keep doing is I want all of y'all to know, the people that continuously, support us, support our channel. I always say get a picture, but I say that because like I want people to know the faces of everybody that always watches this show, that watches this stream, and is a part of the awesome family that we have. So that link is down in the comments. It's down in the description. This mock draft is almost done. So we are 20% off until the last pick.
Yes.
And I have seen Jose. I have seen Michael, Tyler. Had a few people get some. Reynaldo, Jackson. A lot of people getting some Raiders Report merch. Shout out to all y'all. Chris, Mitch, if people are making trades like this for such low prices, are you trading back into the first or keeping it realistic? So again, I didn't realize that all the trades had to be submitted before the actual draft. That's on me. That's truthfully, and I say this, I don't always pay attention to everything that's in our Slack channel, and I should probably do a better job of it and 100% honest, but I thought that I could trade during the draft. Robert, if draft is anything like free agency, we're playoff bound. Robert, I hope so. Excavator, defensive tackle Christian Miller, that was the spot that we decided to go with here.
He wasn't.
No need. I mean, you are what you eat, right?
What?
You are what you eat. Too much? Tastes like pennies. On the clock here, the Arizona Cardinals are
All right, so
on the clock, round 3.
Let's see. So start of round 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's still there?
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson, right?
Ty Simpson is still there.
I'm not going to go with Ty Simpson. That I can. Do we just go all the big boys? No, I'm not going to go Dominique. I'm not going to go Dominique Orange, though. I'm looking at 2 totally different best availables. What am I looking at here? Does that mean Ty Simpson just went off the board? I think that's what that means.
Ty Simpson just went off the board.
I think Ty Simpson just went off because I was looking at both of our
Oh, my
screens.
God. Arizona just took Ty Simpson.
The Arizona Cardinals in the first pick of the 3rd round.
Yep.
Ty Simpson, 65 off the board, which means the Raiders are up next. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Let me know down below. Who do you want me to go with? I'm looking at the votes right now. Who do you want me to draft? I went Christian Miller at pick 35, defensive tackle from Georgia. Most of the picks that I am looking at right now, it's for wide receiver.
Oh, we're on the clock.
And a wide receiver just went off the board. It is Malachi Fields from Notre Dame. So if you could show me real quick the top wide receivers available, that would be much, much appreciated. Where are we going to go? Are we going to go Zachariah Branch? Are we going to go Elijah Surratt, Ted Hurst?
Give it to him.
Where are we going?
Give it to him.
Can you show me the next one? The next guy? Zachariah Branch. I'm seeing some interesting names down there. I'm seeing a lot of Branch, and I'm seeing a lot of Hurst. We go 2 Georgia Bulldogs.
I'm seeing some Surratts.
I am seeing some Surratts.
Give
Branch,
Fernando his guy.
Surratt. Where are we going? Where are we going?
I see Surratt. I see Branch.
Hang on.
I think it's between Surratt and Branch.
Oh, man. Hang on. Oh, there's the pick. All right.
There it is. There it is.
We'll see. Here we go. Here we go.
Wow.
I mean, this was kind of interesting. The Raiders pick is in.
The Raiders pick is in.
The Raiders pick is in.
Who did he pick?
In the third round of the Chat Sports mock draft, the Las Vegas Raiders have selected Georgia wide receiver Zachariah Branch. And what's really fun about this guy's going to provide a lot of pop. Got 4.35 40-yard dash speed. His great uncle, Cliff Branch. I'm telling you this right now. Clint Kubiak, John Spytek, they said something that really does resonate with me. I know the Raiders haven't been the identity of winning in a long time, but I do want guys that want to be Raiders. And Zachariah Branch has made it well known that he wants to be a Raider. Number 21 is also available. Give me some 21s. Can you do some for me? But he met with the Raiders at the Combine. He had a top 30 visit with the Raiders. And last season, Ashton Genty, Caleb Rogers, and Charles Grant all had pro day visits, NFL Combine visits, and had top 30 visits. But the one thing that Zachariah Branch is truly, truly known for, he is an outstanding worker. He's got an insane love for the game. And if you're Las Vegas, I also think that you're looking at the fact that Trey Tucker is going to be a free agent next season. Can you potentially find your Trey Tucker replacement? I will admit, I am a little bit worried about the size of our receivers with Zachariah Branch, Jalen Naylor. You got a guy, obviously, in Jack Besh in there and Trey Tucker. But the one thing that the Raiders have that no other team in the NFL has, they have this guy named Brock Bowers. And if I need Bowers to be my true number one receiver on a few plays, Brock Bowers is good enough to be my number one receiver on a few plays because Michael Mayer is also good enough to be a number one tight end on 80% of the teams in the NFL. So the fact now that we got a little Trey Tucker, Zachariah Branch, Jalen Naylor, and also, who am I forgetting? Trey, Zachariah, Jalen, Jack Besh. Those are four receivers that's going to be a lot of competition in that room. On top of that, I know I'm saying Georgia again, but I do think Georgia has that identity. They know what it takes to win, and I do think that winning can be contagious. So you bring in another Georgia Bulldog, you put him with his buddy Christian Miller, it makes their job being able to come into the NFL a little bit easier, and the first bang of the day belongs to Bayou Raider! Bang! And this is what it ended with. Give me a little Branch action. Shout out to Chat Sports for this one. Having a blast with the chaos. Mitch Reed, full appreciation for showing up again. If you guys don't know, go to saveawarrior.org. Tell them Father Tom sent you. Yeah, Bayou, tomorrow's going to be a fun day, and I hope all y'all pull up tomorrow for Bayou Raider. I think it's going to be a special, special day. We're going to have a lot of fun on the Raiders Report. A lot of fun on the Raiders Report. Though, this is the part of me where, again, real life draft, right? We got Christian Miller, you got Zachariah Branch, you got Fernando Mendoza. Real life draft, I'm thinking, how can I package 102, 117, 134? I'm going to try to trade back up here into the third round. I would look at a player like a Bud Clark. Can I, to me, what I want to see now from here on out in this draft, where does Bud Clark go? Where do the safeties go? That's where I'm looking. That's where I'm looking. If y'all are going to be partying with us tomorrow for Bayou Happy Hour, give me some Bayous down below. I'm telling you, Happy Hour is going to be wild tomorrow. Bayou, what's your drink of choice?
Oh, my goodness.
What's your drink of choice? Sam Roush, tight end from Stanford, going off the board, and then
Elijah Surratt.
That's a pick to make the wife happy.
Yeah.
That's a pick at 69 to make the wife happy there by Chugs. Bayou, what's your drink of choice, man? You let me know. You let me know, Bayou. You let me know what that drink of choice is, and I'll have that ready to go tomorrow. If you're like, I don't drink, then we'll figure it out. Though, I know better. Dos Equis Lager or just Ultra for me. Interesting.
Did you say Dos Equis?
Dos Equis. The Dos. Keith Abney, cornerback from Arizona, goes off the board now to the Cleveland Browns. Dos? You're a Dos Equis guy? Okay. I'll see what I can do. I'll say this: Dos Equis is one of my favorite beers, like to just casually sip and enjoy, especially in the summertime. I think Dos Equis, to me personally, is the most versatile beer. I feel like I can drink a dose all 12 months. Where I don't.
Yeah, that's a good.
I don't feel like I can drink that. I don't feel like I can drink every beer all 12 months.
That's
Mango Cart, I probably could.
Oh, Mango Cart.
Dude, Mango Cart, I almost want to get.
We need a tap of that in here.
I mean, when I first started working at Chat Sports, we used to work at a WeWork.
Nacho machine.
Yeah, nacho machine. I mean, when I first worked here at Chat Sports, I mean, the first week that I was at Chat Sports, we had a cotton candy machine, but that's from WeWork. Like, dude, we used to have beer on tap. Like, you used to walk in, if you want a beer, you get it. And then WeWork got woke. All
right, ready?
I'm ready.
I want you to guess who the Washington Commanders drafted.
I mean, I have no idea.
No?
I don't know what they need. If I knew some stuff. Okay. The Big Citrus.
The Big Citrus.
Dominique Orange off the board there to the Washington Commanders. Loyal said, where's our wide receiver?
Zachariah Branch.
Yeah, so we did.
I just showed the 3 picks.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So how would you grade those 3 picks? Fernando Mendoza, Christian Miller, Zachariah Branch. How would you grade these 3 picks? A, B, C, D, or F? For me personally, this is a B draft. I love, obviously, getting Fernando Mendoza. Christian Miller to me is a B pick at 36. Zachariah Branch is a B pick for me at pick 67. So maybe B plus if we're trying to, because the most important one is Mendoza. But selfishly, I don't feel like I earned. You know, I mean, like these picks I had to battle through. Mendoza was kind of given to me on a silver platter. Like, I mean, I like this start. I mean, heart ablazed. That means you don't want Fernando Mendoza. If you're giving me an F, that's okay. That means you don't want Fernando Mendoza. Toiler says B+. Midnight Raider's going to go C+. K-Rock B+. Midnight now has just dropped his grade to a C. Promo says B-. A from Seth. A, C+, C- from Omega. B+ from K-Rock. See, to me, overall, I would give this a B+. I don't think that that's an A, but I do think that Christian Miller is a B grade. I think Zachariah Branch is a B grade. And we're talking about, I think both Miller and Branch's floors are extremely safe. I really, truly do. I think that their floor is very safe. I don't think that Branch is low-key an interesting receiver to put with Fernando Mendoza because of how much. I mean, I do expect the Raiders, if Mendoza starts this year, they're going to try to get the ball out of his hands quickly. And Branch just does so much work in those first 5 yards. And I think also having a player like Branch who gets very active pre-snap and having another guy who's very active pre-snap like Trey Tucker, they're going to be able to interchange. And in my mind, by drafting Branch, you're kind of, not to say that the writing's on the wall for Trey Tucker, but this means Trey Tucker's probably out the door in 2027. Jay, shout out to all y'all. Coach says there goes Halsey. Halsey went at like pick 49. So if you're watching that, you can hit live if you'd like. You can hit live if you like.
He took, oh my God. Look who the Saints took.
Mike Washington Jr. And Trace just said Alvin Kamara is on the trade block. But I mean, I know Alvin Kamara has said that he would rather retire than go play for anybody else. So like that's something that's kind of interesting to me. But man, Trey was one of the worst rated wide receivers in the league last year. I mean, that's just not true. He was top 10 in the NFL in separation. So whoever's telling you that he was one of the worst wide receivers in the league, the reason why I want people to watch the show is because, with all due respect, that's just not true. Again, I'm not afraid to call guys out. Like Dante Thornton Jr., he actually was probably one of the worst wide receivers in the National Football League last season. Say that about Trey as you're just not watching or listening to the right people, with all due respect. All right. Navman, I'm glad you're here, my guy. So I don't know if y'all know this, but for all the mods that are here in the building today, we are going to be doing a mod race at the very end of the show. And I say that because, on the actual mock draft day, we're going to need a lot of the mods to show up and show out for us like you guys always do. But we're also doing a Raiders Report mock draft, and whoever comes in first place today for all the mods, which I see it's Gunny, Nav, we'll put Rebel in there as the Lesbo, Taino we'll throw in there, Ron Raspberry. You guys will also be able to be a part of the what's it called? The mock draft. I couldn't think of the word. Christ. What are we doing today? Ooh. Super chat to get on screen. If you want to get in our duck race, it is a $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. Also, a friendly reminder that the last time that I checked, the winner would go home with $200. Mike Washington Jr. off the board here from Arkansas. Antonio Williams, another receiver, goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. And now the Miami Dolphins are officially on the clock.
This is so much fun.
See, I am like today truly felt like a field day.
Yeah.
A kid's field day where you get to show up, you get to have some fun. I would love to be able to do this more often. Ruben Ortiz, I got you in Ruben, and then I see Gabriel.
Ooh.
Gabriel Ruiz. Interesting pick here.
This is who goes off the board. Ted Hurst, wide receiver out of Georgia State, goes to the Miami Dolphins.
But here's the problem. Ted Hurst is going to be asked to compete in that wide receiver room. It's a good opportunity for Hurst. I'm not saying that, but that's a very inexperienced wide receiver room. I mean, our wide receiver room is extremely inexperienced, too. I would say Ted Hurst has higher upside than Zachariah Branch, but I do think Zachariah Branch's floor is much safer.
Who is Malik Willis going to throw to?
I mean, if you look at the Dolphins wide receiver room,
there's nobody.
I'm actually having a hard time coming up with who the top Dolphins
That's like
wide receivers are.
All
right, so it would be Ted Hurst, Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, Tutu Atwell.
That's terrible.
I mean, I think that's honestly a worse wide receiver room than the Raiders. I would say the Raiders probably have the third worst wide receiver room in the
that's
NFL.
right after, yeah.
I mean, we're still probably one of the worst wide receivers in the NFL, but again, this is kind of a cop-out, but we also have Brock Bowers.
Yep.
Like, I think Brock Bowers is kind of the Joker card where I'm sorry, I'm going to play it. And if I can if I were to put Brock Bowers on our wide receiver depth chart, people would be like, oh, okay, that's not as bad. Bowers can be your number one. And again, like you come out of free agency, who knows? Maybe you also figure out a way to go out and sign a veteran. It's possible. It's possible. Taino, what's going on, dude? Heart Ablaze, what metric are you looking at? 57 out of 81. Tell me that, because he was top 10 in separation created. I mean, to me, that's a very valuable stat for Trey Tucker, separation created. He's top 10 in the NFL. You're also I think it's also hard to evaluate wide receivers last season. Don't you agree? I think it's been hard to evaluate a lot of wide receivers, unfortunately, for the Raiders. Yep. Midnight, please tell me what Mitch was trying to cook up. I don't know what I'm trying to cook up. I don't know. Oh, man. I hope the Raiders crush the draft, man. I really do. You know,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock.
Who are you going with?
And then they're not, because I already sent my pick in.
You already put the pick in?
So that Sam doesn't kill me.
You already got the pick in. Tampa Bay is in. So the guys are making fun of Trace right now in our Slack group. They're saying that the Saints are going to run the wishbone. Because they got Kamara, they got Mike Washington.
You want to see who
but
I got?
Trace also went to Arkansas, so I'm not shocked at all by that.
Not
pick.
shocked. You want to see who I got?
Let's do it. Max Clare, tight end from Ohio State. Why'd you go with that pick?
So, Zach Robinson likes to run a lot of 12 personnel. It's 2 tight ends.
Yep.
We re-signed Cade Otton.
Yep.
Max Clare he's a little bit of a slimmer frame.
Okay.
Very athletic.
Okay.
Very good at catching the ball. Willing blocker.
Okay.
As a tight end, that's big, so you beef him up a little bit. But he came into his college career 216, weighing 216. He's like 250 now.
Okay.
So he came in knowing what he needed to do. He's coachable, and I just like the idea of having another weapon for Baker Mayfield on this offense.
Cool. Yeah, I think what kind of
after losing Mike Evans. So
I was going to say, what kind of burn I think Tampa Bay last season was they had so many injuries, especially to a lot of those skill position players. And I don't think it's a bad idea for Tampa Bay to kind of lean on that offensive line when it's healthy again.
Yes, sir.
Get some 12 personnel, mix and match, take some pressure off Baker Mayfield. Interesting. So we still got over 600 people here in the building right now. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. I hope that you've been having some fun on our Chat Sports mock draft day. I know for me personally, I've been having a blast. This is
so much fun.
I love being able to make this type of content. What do we got?
Chandler Rivers.
Chandler Rivers, cornerback from Duke, going off the board. Chandler Rivers off the board. So, again, like, to me, I'm still seeing where, like, a guy like Bud Clark ends up falling. Where does Kamari Ramsey end up going? Some of the, like, I mean, there's very, very interesting prospects still on the board. And for the Raiders, you got 3 picks in the 4th round. 102, 117, 134. I'm being told that, again, I'm not allowed to trade now because I didn't trade earlier.
Yep.
Which I'm like, I kind of roll my eyes at that, and I get the logic from a making graphic standpoint.
If we had 8 minutes.
But, no, and I agree. I'm like, because I'm sitting here on draft day right now, and I'm like, I got 3 picks in the 4th round. I'm itching.
Yeah. You should have been itching yesterday and the day before.
You're right. No, you're 100% right. I didn't read clearly. I did not read.
Oh, I guess in this mock draft,
what? Midnight Raider faded, bro. I'm good, man.
The Falcons gave away,
haven't had a
traded away Kyle Pitts, so they do need a tight end, and they go with Oscar Delp.
Oscar Delp, you're right. Kyle Pitts was traded to the Houston Texans earlier in this mock draft. That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Like the video if you think that the Raiders are going to kill the draft. Like the video if you hate the Baltimore Ravens. Yep. I mean, I will say it would have been.
Look who they got because they lost out on their guy.
I'll take Tyler Linderbaum over Jake Slaughter any day of the week.
Yep, give me that.
I'll take that any day of the week, man.
Yeah, so this was why that trade right there.
I mean, we got Tyler Linderbaum. They got Jake Slaughter. I don't even remember who Baltimore in this mock took at 14.
I can tell you.
I'll say, can you tell me? I mean, it would have been interesting with 2 first-round picks this year's draft. Obviously, Jordan Tyson.
They went all offense.
A lot of offense there for this new-look Baltimore Ravens team. Again, I don't know their roster as well, but I mean, you replace Linderbaum, that makes sense.
Cullen.
Get yourself a tight end. Cullen, Josiah Trotter, linebacker from Missouri, going off the board here. So I do want to say this.
What are you going to say?
As soon as this mock draft is over, we will stay live as long as there's super chats, and I know we probably still have some to get to. No, we're all caught up?
All caught up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
We're all caught up. So what'll happen is after the mock, we'll probably talk about, we'll look through some of the picks. We'll kind of do some of that. I have a duck race to do, so friendly reminder there. And then also we will do a moderator race to see who's going to get in our mock draft today. Though when you look at the talent, I mean, I kind of like the talent that's still on the board here. Can you show me safety real quick?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, like the safety talent that's still available.
I like a Zakee Wheatley, Bud Clark, Jalen Kilgore, Genesis Smith. We've talked about all these guys.
I mean, Kilgore, I don't know if he's the best fit for like what we do. I got to talk to Kilgore at the Combine. He spoke very, very highly of the Raiders' new special teams coordinator, Joe D. Camillus. But for Genesis Smith, Bud Clark, Zakee Wheatley,
wow, I think skipped a bunch of picks.
Honestly, I think even like Kamari Ramsey. Like Kamari Ramsey to me would be another like I would have Kamari Ramsey ranked above Jalen Kilgore. Sam Heck, safety. Center from Kansas State. I think that pick was made because of the Slaughter pick. Now there might be a little bit of a run on centers.
Ooh, okay. Okay, Smitty.
This is a good pick here by
Malik
Smitty. Malik Muhammad. I actually kind of like what Smitty's been doing here in this draft. I believe he got Jeremy Bernard at 51, or no. I feel like he went, did he go safety, corner? He put somebody, I thought, in that secondary. Am I tripping? Because I remember saying it would have been an interesting pairing with Trevon Merrick. But now maybe I'm tripping. Because I like Malik Muhammad. Muhammad, for anybody that's watched this show, knows.
Sorry, I was zoned out.
Well, now I was trying to figure out who Carolina drafted. Because I know he went Jacob Rodriguez.
It's Dylan Thieneman.
I'm confusing his bills. I'm an idiot. But Dylan Thieneman, Jeremy Bernard, and Malik Muhammad, this is outstanding, I would say, for Carolina. That's a really, really good draft board for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Yep. That's an
Jeremy
A.
Bernard
That's
is
an
a
A draft for
there
me.
too.
I think that's an A for Carolina. Green Bay is on the clock. I'm not fond of Bud Clark. Reminds me of
fun.
Abram, but not a hitter. I'll say this, Raiders. Comparing Bud Clark to Jonathan Abram is like comparing Fernando Mendoza to Anthony Richardson. There is nowhere even
Dalen
close.
Everett.
Dalen Everett had a top 30 visit with the Las Vegas Raiders. Dalen Everett, visit with the Raiders. He's going to go now to the Green Bay Packers here. How many picks are left in this?
How many picks are left? That's
What's really cool is we started this, the draft technically started, we've been going now for 2 hours and 6 minutes?
We got about 10 or 11 left.
10 or 11 picks left to go because there's way more than that because there's comp picks. I'm saying minimum 15. 20. 15 to 20.
Oh, wow. They are flying off the board, by the way.
Here, I'll try to see the exact number. I
So,
mean, now the
Bud
guys
Clark.
are rolling.
Bud Clark.
All right, so Bud Clark went. So it is, I'm kind of an idiot. Obviously, I could have just done the math. Raiders pick at 102, so yeah, there's 15 picks. So the final pick in the third round is pick 100. So you're saying Bud Clark just went? Okay.
The Steelers.
So Bud Clark goes off the board there at 85. Mental note. Write that down, mental note, right? And I think Sperry's pretty well tapped in with a lot of these NFL draft guys. He does a lot of homework. Doug's asking, did Ty Simpson get drafted? Yes, Ty Simpson did get drafted.
By the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals pick 65 in round 3. So Bud Clark goes off the board. Will there be a run in safeties here? And if there is, again, if you're the Raiders, you got 102, 117, 134. Like if I'm Las Vegas, I have absolutely no problem packaging 102 and like a 134 to try to get back up into the 70s. I have no problem with doing 102, 175, trying to get back up into the 70s. 80s probably is more of that range. Jalen Farmer, guard from Kentucky, going to the Los Angeles Chargers. That's a team that's had a lot of injuries on that offensive line, trying to be able to protect, and you know that Harbaugh is a dude that values those trenches. Bayou, see, here's the thing, Bayou. He's convinced that Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like all in that the Steelers, it's going to be Rodgers. But, like, I know that Rodgers is a hell of a player, right? Like, we know that. But also at the same time, like, you're taking a risk. I mean, there is a chance that if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play football this season and people can say, oh, we've talked to Aaron, this and that. I think the most unpredictable player in the NFL is Aaron Rodgers. Is that fair to say?
Fair. That's very fair.
Is that probably fair to say? And you're, as a first-time head coach here for Pittsburgh, new regime with Mike McCarthy, like you got to be able to prove yourself. And I know McCarthy has that relationship with Rodgers, but with all due respect, if Aaron Rodgers is willing to leave his family and has a horrible relationship with his family, I don't think that anybody is safe.
True.
And for Mike McCarthy to invest in Rodgers, like if that doesn't happen, truthfully, I'll say this right now. If Aaron Rodgers retires, the Pittsburgh Steelers will trade for Joe Flacco. Somehow, some way. Flacco still wants to start. I know it's interdivision, but there was an interdivision trade before with Flacco. He's with Cincinnati. One of the big reasons why he didn't get traded. I mean, here's another team that could make a deal. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins to Pittsburgh. Which, I mean, if Aaron
God told him to come to Vegas, though.
True. But if Aaron Rodgers retired, and if the Steelers offered the Raiders a fourth-round pick for Cousins in 2027, would you take it?
What?
I'm asking them. Like, if you got offered a third, fourth, like, what would you want for Kirk Cousins if Aaron Rodgers retired? Be kind of interesting. Logan Jones, center from Iowa. I know Chugs is a big fan of that guy. He's going to the Washington Commanders. Bayou, I would have grabbed Nuss. Sit him until next year's insurance. If they win too many, they may not get a good pick for next year. Omega, Aaron Rodgers is probably just avoiding camp workouts. I mean, there's not really any like camp workouts going on right now. Like Aaron Rodgers is still a free agent.
Yeah.
So like he's not signed with any team. It's not like he's on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are just hoping that he comes back. I think that it's a very different situation saying he's just avoiding camp. He's a free agent. He's not on the roster. But I do think that Rodgers will come back. Jonah Coleman, running back from Washington, going to the Denver Broncos. I don't love that pick. I don't know too much about Jonah Coleman. I don't know based on that fit. if there's like a certain reason why he would have decided to go that route. Nav, unfortunately, there's not a team in the NFL that's going to put AOC as their starter. And there's no chance. They would start Mason Rudolph over Aiden O'Connell, whether you guys want to hear that or not. But the Pittsburgh Steelers organization values Mason Rudolph. Good ball security, vision along with some pass-catching ability. Has the frame to grow in pass protection. Average athletic ability. Doesn't quite live up to his size in terms of breaking tackles. That's Washington running back Jonah Coleman. The scouting report on him. The Eagles pick is in, and we have a trade.
What?
We have a trade.
Wow.
Trade at 89. Philly is on the clock. So that was already, I guess that was already made.
Oh. Okay.
Reminder, trade at 89, Eagles on the clock. Okay, interesting. Again, I'm going with all y'all here.
I know.
This mock draft will conclude here in a little bit. We'll probably be live here for another half hour or so. Chris McClellan, defensive tackle from Missouri. I mean, that definitely went a little bit earlier than where I thought he was going to go. But I do think because Caden McDonald went where he did, I decided to go with Christian Miller where I did. Some of those other defensive tackles.
Oh, right.
That's where it kind of gets in the middle.
They traded Moro Ojomo.
Okay. Interesting.
So you go with his replacement.
Okay. Fair enough. I didn't know that trade happened. I was talking to a few guys about some trades. The amount of trades that the Chat Sports guys were doing behind closed doors was crazy. It was
a
crazy.
war room.
Loyal says a C+ so far for us. So I guess how could I get that grade up then? Like at 102, 117, 134. Like imagine if this draft were to continue, right? We are ending here at the end of round 3. We just wanted to be able to test out our graphics. Where would you want me to go if the draft was still going here at pick 102? So I am going to start a new poll.
Grade Mitch's picks.
I'm going to do pick at 102. If I can type. All right, so pick at 102 would be free safety to me. I would look at, we go a bunch of different directions. Offensive line, maybe cornerback, and then we'll just go other. Where would you guys want to go? I just put up a live poll, and if you wanted to grade my picks, we ended up going with Mendoza at 1, Christian Miller at 36, Zachariah Branch at 67. Out of those, where would you go? Like I see some people are spamming Kamari Ramsey. If the Kamari Ramsey medical checks from yesterday ended up coming back and they look good, I think Kamari Ramsey at pick 102 is really good value there. It also fills a need. I think he'd be our best safety on our team overall, which there is a lot of value to be had there. I'm trying to think of some of these other players. I mean, who's still best available? Because I'm looking right now at the votes. I mean, 92% of the votes are for free safety. Because I wouldn't.
Zakee Wheatley?
Zakee Wheatley is another player that I like a lot. I think that he would have to be in consideration. Zakee Wheatley, Kamari Ramsey would be the two players that I personally would be looking at right here. I'm trying to see. Next one, Kilgore, no. Burks. Jay Sean Berman is a guy that I've heard a few things on. I mean, the fact that Genesis Smith is still there, it's kind of an interesting pick overall. I mean, confidently, I would say that we'd be able to get a safety at 102.
Yeah.
So let's just say we get a Kamari Ramsey. Let's just play this game, okay? Because I'm not going to be drafting, and I don't know if Kamari Ramsey goes off the board, then we'll add another safety. But if it was Mendoza, Christian Miller, Zachariah Branch, and let's say Kamari Ramsey, how would you guys grade that? Is that any better? Because in my mind, if you're giving it a C, and again, I don't mind it. I want your God-honest opinion. It's the point of this show. Kamari Ramsey doesn't make it an A. You're hoping that gets up to like a B- then. Like, to me, the most important picks, obviously, are the picks that are day 1, day 2.
Oh, my God, we're flying.
We are flying by. Defensive lineman from Texas A&M. Again, I'm going to talk to you all about some of the Raiders stuff. You'll probably just see the picks coming in. Zakee Wheatley goes off the board at 92 to the Miami Dolphins, so this is where we might get a little bit of a safety run here.
And then
this is where we would go. You get a B+, Mitch, Devin. I mean, truthfully, Devin, that's what I give this draft. I think Mendoza's an A. I think Miller's a B. I think Branch is a B. Let's give it a B+ round up just because of Fernando.
Fernando.
Like I've done a lot of other mock drafts that I've loved a lot more, and I would have loved to see how like if I would have been able to go with, like if it would have been Denzel Boston, Dominique Orange, because that's how it would have looked. I think that's honestly how this draft would have ended up looking for me. Caleb Tiernan, Zakee Wheatley, DeZaun Streebling, wide receiver from Ole Miss. That was somebody that I did talk about in my top 10 wide receivers for the Las Vegas Raiders. He's got a lot of upside. He's a big outside X receiver. Still very raw, though. Like, very, very raw. Though sometimes I've heard people like it raw. I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
I don't know. So we got Jay Sean Barham going now to the Miami Dolphins here in round 3, pick 94.
6 picks left.
Loyal, I appreciate it. John, B-, I appreciate it. Raiders, B+, nearly an A. Shout out to you.
6 picks left.
Appreciate you. Can you show our picks with position from L.A. Crash Dog?
Of course.
LA Crash Talk, I absolutely positively can do that. Also, friendly reminder, all y'all out there, if you want to get in our duck race, $20 Venmo, Mitchell Renz 365, Daniel Fry in, and then 93 Navman you in, 20 to win, $250. Here were my selections today. And again, to me, I wanted Caden McDonald, Denzel Boston. I think because a lot of people knew that, I wonder if like certain picks were made because of it. For Zachariah Branch then as well, I think that there's good value to be had. What I know is Christian Miller is a player that coaches rant and rave about how much he loves football, his work ethic, and we build the trenches. Zachariah Branch, kind of the same thing. I know he's a little bit smaller of a receiver, but
Jacoby Lane,
man, good for him. Off the board there to the New England Patriots. They need some wide receiver talent from USC. And that's the pick off the board. Grade it for me. Seriously, grade this mock. This is the mock that we ended up cooking up today.
And then Jalen Kilgore.
Another good athlete going off the board. I mean, Seattle, what
Genesis Smith, though.
But again, it depends. Like, Genesis Smith isn't a tackler. He's a true free safety. Where Jalen Kilgore, he can also help you out on special teams a lot, which, you know, if you're Seattle, you only had 4 picks, and you're the Super Bowl defending champs. Like, for that organization, I would be okay drafting a great special teams player in round 3 if I felt that's the biggest position that I needed. I don't know Seattle's roster all that well.
Do you think Marsh traded this pick?
97? Is it saying that he did?
Well, we don't know.
Oh. Well, I mean, I would say the guys that I know that were working the phone lines the most was definitely Marsh for the Giants, Chugs for the Texans, Sperry for the Steelers.
And Rowley for the Dolphins.
Rowley for Dolphins. I mean, probably also got to say Chase for the Eagles. There were some guys that were really wheeling and dealing.
Durham with the Rams and Chiefs.
Crash Dog said, got to go safety or corner next. So, again, once we get to pick 100, we will be done. We're not picking anymore. We're ending our mock draft after 3 rounds. Again, today was more we want to test out our graphics. We want to test out our internet. We wanted to test out kind of how everything was going to work here at Chat Sports. But honestly, Gunny, I agree with you. You know, to me, I look at that's a big boy, Darrell Jackson Jr. from Florida State going off the board. 3 more picks. Got to be careful doing that chop on this show.
Florida State.
I know, but got to be careful. It's too close.
Nah.
It's too close.
Got it.
FKC.
Which one came first?
I have no idea.
Florida State Seminoles.
Did it?
Yep.
Okay. It's a little bit better then. I would do corner because safety is deep from L.A. I think it would come down to, so can you show me real quick best available corners, best available free safeties, and then that might be the last of the best available, just to see how some of these other players end up going down. Corner and safety. Yeah, if you could.
Corners.
Yep. All right, so here are the best available corners. I will say this. The Raiders did have I'm trying to figure out, I don't think it was, well, now, I know it's not a top 30 visit now. They had a meeting with Devin Moore, cornerback from Florida. So the Raiders did end up meeting with him. Was not a top 30 visit.
Eagles go with the wide receiver.
Say that again?
Eagles go with the wide receiver, Brennan Thompson.
Brennan Thompson, wide receiver from Mississippi State. Can you show me some other corners?
Yep.
Trying to see if there's any other guys.
Sorry,
Raiders had some
to-
visits. You're okay. See, like, to me, Nab, or LA,
Latrell.
I don't know if I love these fits for the Raiders.
Latrell McCutcheon from Houston wears number 1. It's a big thing sometimes.
Hey,
but he's a more long, lengthy corner, willing tackler. I like him.
And then can you go to the safeties for me?
Of course.
See, here's the thing. Like, I look at the safeties, LA, and to me, would much rather go with a Kamari Ramsey, Genesis Smith at 102. Few of the guys in our Chat Sports channel are going, if Mount Raider Moore, they're talking about Mount Raider Moore in our chat.
You see what I said?
So, again, you guys are legends in the Chat Sports studios. I just want y'all to know that. Some of the guys are going, if Mount Raider Moore wants to do round 4, we can do round 4. I was like, don't tempt him.
I don't think Sam's ready for that.
I'm just letting you know
Our
it's
graphics
never
are
going to
not
happen.
ready for that.
It's not going to happen. Sam would have Sam's been putting in some serious work. Frank, I see you. Corey Shepard, I see you.
The Steelers.
Markel Bell, offensive tackle from Miami here.
The Nuss Bus is still out there.
The Nuss Bus. Who's the best available? Oh, this is the best available.
There you go.
Travis Burke, Bryce Lane. And then you got, keep going for me. Interesting. Genesis, Kamari. Like, I'll say this. If it was truly, truly up to me, I would be picking here between Kamari Ramsey and Genesis Smith. Truthfully. To give us some more defensive backs. Because I also don't think that those guys would be available to us at 117. Rebel, hopefully it isn't Raider Ron. I mean, I don't think that there's a single person watching this show that could send in a Venmo big enough to make us do round 4. So, like, I don't want y'all to, like, do something and then you get mad at me. Like, I'm literally telling you, like, don't do it. Like, don't do it. There's no way. And I only say that again because I'm not the only person live.
Right.
Everybody's freaking live. So, everybody's live.
All right, the last one.
And the final pick here.
You want to take a guess at what it is?
Markel Bell goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, I'm just hoping it's not a safety. Who is this for the Broncos?
Who is it? It is. That's funny.
Linebacker from Oregon. Bryce
Betcher.
I was going to say, I can never get his name right. I always call him, in my mind, I always call him Bryce Boucher. Because that's how I say it or see it. Bryce Betcher, Oregon. Dude, honestly, man.
Woohoo! That was good.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was really fun. I mean, hopefully that's how it goes.
I mean, again, like if I put my head on the pillow and we're getting ready to go into day 4 or day 3 of the NFL draft, I'm going, okay, I see what we're doing. Like I'm on board with it. You know, I do think, because I've said winning culture is important. Being able to build a program, like you got to think about it. Spytech, Brady, all these guys in the days of NIL and transfers and all this. When guys go to Georgia, you learn what's important about being a part of a program. You learn the importance of being a team. You learn what it takes, and then I do think that the Raiders value. I don't want to say that they value Georgia, but I do think that there's just certain programs that certain teams do truly buy into a little bit more. And you look at a guy like Brock Bowers, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker. You got Eric Stokes. Added 2 more guys into here, and you kind of heard how Kirk Cousins spoke about Georgia and how important it is, to him and to his family. I do truly believe that when you get players from certain schools, like playing at Georgia, yes, it's college football. But is this a fair statement that Georgia is a top 5 program in college football right now that gets players ready for the NFL?
Yeah.
Why for yes and for no? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that it is. And for a team that needs we got to get this thing going in the right direction. We need guys that want to become Raiders. We want guys that are going to buy in, and I do think that finding guys that are willing to buy in, and when you have other leaders on your team already that are Georgia guys, again, I'm not always, you got to look at the sheet, like the helmet. I always say grade the player, not the helmet, but I do think that there are certain situations where it changes from time to time.
I was going to say sometimes the helmet seeps into the head.
Yeah. I think sometimes like where you get scared is
I kind of cooked on that one.
Where you get scared is like you can't draft a Alabama offensive lineman because Alex Leatherwood is bad. Can't draft a Ohio State cornerback because Damon Arnett was a knucklehead.
Right.
Can't draft a Clemson defensive lineman because they're doing and Cleveland Ferrell. You know what I mean? Like you never know.
All right.
You never know. All right, y'all. I suspect after the draft, there will be some restructuring cuts to release more money in the cap for veteran wide receiver. Sell it $17 million safe for rook signings. $17 million. We only need $12.75 million to sign all of our rookies. So there's the rookie money. It's $21 million, I believe, like in the grand scheme of things. But really, the only numbers that we personally need to worry about as fans, I would say, is cap space. How does it impact the cap? Because the other money comes out of Mark's pocket, and people could say Mark's poor, this and that. Mark's doing just fine, I promise you. But $12.75 million is what it would cost to be able to pay towards our salary cap. So because the Raiders, again, go on Spotrac, go on Over the Cap, look at where they're at salary cap wise. I think the last number that I saw was like $22 million. Subtract 12.75, we're probably somewhere around $8 million left to sign players, and you can move on from other players. You can move on from certain dudes, like if the Raiders trade Aiden O'Connell, and I promise you, there are conversations happening right now around that potential, both from Aiden's side and from the Raiders side. Now, that could save you $3.7 million. There will be moves that are going to be had. You'll probably free up a little bit of money, and it wouldn't shock me if there's a contract restructure. Do y'all remember last offseason when I said it's so important for the Raiders to make sure that they gave Max Crosby his extension before Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, Will Anderson. And now you're seeing some of these deals where Will Anderson's about to get $50 million. Max Crosby's going to be $30 million in terms of a cap space. Myles Garrett, I bet you, gets a big deal. I do think Max is going to be somebody that does consider to restructure his contract because Max is going to try to get a lot of money, I would say, in 2027. Or he's going to restructure, and we'll see what ends up happening there. Because to me, the only guys you can really restructure for the Raiders to create space is Colton Miller and Max Crosby. Everyone else, not to say you can't do it, you're just going to have to get creative. And I'm not that creative with numbers, and you don't want me to get creative with numbers.
You know what number is creative, though?
I'm listening.
6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, so
still 20% off. So all the way up until 6 p.m. Eastern time, chatsports.com/RRshop. Get some Raiders merch. 20% off until 6 p.m. Eastern. That is 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes.
So we will be live.
20% off.
I'll say, is it possible? I can thug it out here for 20 more minutes. I'll say I do have to pee a little bit, but we're okay. We're gonna power through this.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes.
20
and then
minutes.
We're done.
20 minutes, and I'm going to hop on out here. Friendly reminder, we do have Friday happy hour tomorrow. It's going to be an awesome show. I'm telling you this right now. I am so flippin' excited. Yeah, tomorrow happy hours programs are always a lot of fun for me. It's also a great opportunity, for y'all to show up and show out for each other. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for Bayou Raider. I know Mount Raider more wants to get him in, but man, oh man, excited. Really, really, truly excited for tomorrow's program. And if you're trying to save 20% off, you got to go to chatsports.com/RRshop. Whether you want to get the shirt that I have on, the hat that I'm rocking. I did say whoever was the MVP, which is Bayou Raider, for banging on the program. I would give you the shirt off my back, though, Bayou. If you don't want the shirt off my back and you want me to send you if you want another shirt from our shop, just text me. Or if anyone's the MVP today, if somebody ends up taking down Bayou, then if you want the shirt off my back, I'll give it to you. I'll sign it. Because I said, basically the way that happened was I literally said, Fernando Mendoza to me is a Raider in the sense of the first time I went out to Oakland, the amount of people that gave me food and drinks. Honestly, any Raider party I've ever been to, they literally give you the shirt off their back.
Hey, Raider Dad.
I got to sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you.
I held that one in since pick 1.
But by the way,
I'm
sorry.
listening.
Kiko Bang said, "Dope show. You guys like it?"
In
cool?
all honesty, is that something that you guys would like us to do more often next year? Like, for me personally, I want to do more of those entire Chat Sports mock drafts. Like, in a perfect world, I've kind of like talked to our guys about it, where it would be like the first time we do a 3-round, right? And then maybe this time next year, we run the whole freaking thing. We start early, we do it all day.
Yeah.
Like as somebody that makes content, I love the content that we did today. I would like for us to be able to do longer picks. I think that would be fun. It's challenging, obviously.
I think maybe instead of 1 minute, 3 minutes.
But see, think about how much longer this draft goes.
Like so maybe we don't do the full one. We do just
like
3 rounds, but you make it 3 minutes.
If you were to do 3 minutes, I would say do 3 minutes in round 1. And then speed through everything else.
Well, but the thing is, if you get 3 minutes, though, not everyone is using the 3 minutes.
Rebel said make it less so there's no thinking last minute.
Oh, my God, 30 seconds. So the only thing is, though, some of the people who are producing, like myself, are
making picks.
So
there's also like
I was late a couple times on my pick because I was in the middle of producing the show. So it's like
there's also
30 seconds will be a lot.
Like truthfully, the other reason why we do this and I say it's preseason is because the amount of graphics and like things that Reed's doing in the background, it's like learning a new language. Like I feel bad when I say this, like I don't know how to do what those guys do, and I feel bad when I say that because I've been here at this company for a long time now. When we bring new guys into Chat Sports, I want you to learn how to produce. I want you to learn how to be that 5-tool player. For me, I'm not a 5-tool player here at Chat Sports, but I like to think I'm a home run hitter.
Loyal Man 69 said, "Good job, Reed and Mitch. B+."
Nice. B+.
What can we do to be better?
How was the sex? It was okay. Good job.
B+. Perfect size.
Great success. All right, y'all. Final chance for you to get in the duck race. Before we do this duck race, though, I don't see any other super chats.
No more super chats.
All right, so it looks like we're all caught up on the supers. I'm looking down right now. Sean Irish, you, sir, are in this duck race. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to do a mod race, okay? So if you're a moderator and you're here in the building right now, comment me down below. And if you don't know where the mods are, they're the guys that are rocking the shield. What I said I was going to do, and I'm going to do this mock draft on Monday in terms of like when you guys will see the video. To everybody that's going to get in this Raiders Report mock, we're going to give away 3 spots tomorrow. The MVP, there's going to be a raffle, and then if you join the duck race, those are going to be your 3 chances. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow, I promise you, on our happy hour program. Like I'm telling you, know what? I said if we got 15 bangs, I would go live an hour and a half early. If we get 4 more bangs on today's show, I'll go live an hour early tomorrow. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to me. Or instead of an hour early, I guess I could just stay an hour later. Nah, I'd rather go live an hour earlier. But tomorrow we got 3. We're going to do a raffle, we're going to do a duck race, and the MVP. You guys are going to get in the Raiders Report mock draft. And then this weekend, since I got a little bit of time, I'm going to give you guys a call. I'll contact you on Venmo, so make sure I'm able to get in contact with you. I got your IGs. I got everybody's information written down. And essentially, I'm just going to be able to...
Yoda said I won't be awake yet.
Yoda won't be awake yet? Oh, bro, get out of here. Get out of here.
Ooh, there's
Bayou,
there's
bro,
new
you're going to be
races.
way too cooked to stay later tomorrow?
There's new races.
We'll see. Wait, there's new ones?
There's a couple new races.
All right, well then, you know what? Let's save it for tomorrow. Let's save all the craziness for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be wild,
You'll have Loco Lopez, too.
Tomorrow's going to be wild. All right, so can you add...
Oh, yeah, so...
I need you to add Rebel.
Okay.
Add Big Raz.
Hold on. We're going to do a monster race. All right.
Rebel, Big Raz.
Rebel, Big Raz.
I need you to add LA Crash. I need you to add Zalesbo. Bayou, you're already in, so is it all right if I don't put you in this one? Because you technically already have a pick.
I got Rebel, Big Raz, LA Crash.
Zalesbo.
Lesbo.
All right. I mean, those are all the moderators that are here right now.
All right. Just 4?
Add 93. Add Nav.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
5 people.
Oh, Taino. Shit.
Oh.
Taino. That's on me. Thank you, LA. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Taino, and I'm sorry, dude. Taino is one of my guys. I'm kicking myself in the ass right now. Got to add Taino. That's 6. Cool.
Minute?
Thank you. And that
Minute
honestly,
or 30
shout out to
seconds?
LA and Rebel. Like that's the definition of a real one.
Minute or 30 seconds?
Let's do a minute.
Okay.
Minute-long race, and what you guys are going to see here, if you've never experienced a duck race before, I want to show you what one looks like, and then if you're like, wow, I want to be a part of that, $20 Venmo, Mitchell Rents 365. Right now, the winner is going to go home with $280. $280.
That's pretty good, right?
I think $280 is great. This is not a new one. We've done this one before.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm saving a new one. I'm saving a new one for the
right.
the Venmo duck race.
I got you.
We've done this one before.
I got you.
Oh, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
You ready?
I'm ready. Shuffle.
Mods, you
shuffle.
ready? 3. The spelling on Zalesbo has got me. 3, 2, 1.
I just typed it. I just typed it quickly.
And here we go. Big Raz. You know what's crazy? That's exactly what Rebel looks like. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
LA Crash is a Star Wars.
All right, let's be real.
Sure.
Which one is the one that's the most terrifying if it's running at you?
If it's running at you?
Yep.
Big Raz.
Big Raz is pretty
That
scary.
is terrifying.
That's some
Looks like a
alien shit
predator.
right there. Taino, I've always wanted to see a T-Rex, not in person. I mean, to be real, the real answer might be Nav. Like a gorilla that big, the amount of strength.
Yeah, well, it looks like the Abominable Snowman.
I mean, Rebel's just, he's excited.
Or it looks like a Yeti.
Rebel is excited to be here.
15
Zalesbo, though,
seconds
down
left.
there, you
Rebel
never know what's going to
he's
happen.
Still there.
Rebel's going to run out of gas.
What happened? coming up, though.
What just
Whoa.
happened? Oh,
Whoa.
here we go. Somebody's got to make a
Big
move.
Raz.
Big
Look at
Raz.
Big Raz.
I think it's going to be Nav. It's going to be the only mod that's not here. Nav Man.
He did send the last super chat, though.
He did. I still think he's currently here. Shout out to 93 Nav Man. Shout out to Nav. So, Nav, I don't know if you know this or not, but you just got pick round 4, 134 in our Raiders mock draft. So, essentially, the Raiders report mock draft that I will do on Monday, I'm taking the number 1 pick. Obviously, it's going to be Fernando Mendoza. I didn't want to give somebody that pick because I was only going to let you take Mendoza. Pick 36 is Lord Cameron Abbott. The MVP of tomorrow's show will get that pick there at 67. Arbora, you got round 4, 102. Kevin, you got round 4, 117. We've been in contact on IG. You guys have seen Kevin Methvin. I think that's how you pronounce the last name. Nav, round 4, pick 134. Bayou Raider, round 5, 175. Then tomorrow, we will do a raffle. Round 6, 185 goes to somebody. Gabriel Adamy, round 6, 208. And then we will also do whoever comes in last place of the duck race tomorrow. You get round 7, pick 219. Final 10 minutes here of our special that we got going on. 20% off in the store. I see Jerome just got some gear. Ronald R. got some ears. Sean H. Appreciate you guys. We also see Caden G. Eric C. I'm not allowed to give you guys the last name. The name, dude, the one name that ordered a Texan shirt is the craziest name I've ever seen. Johnny M, thank you. And then I just saw John L. Shout out to each and every one of y'all, man.
You're gonna like this stuff.
So
Grace.
what? You want me to get Dos Equis tomorrow? Bayou, or do you want me to get a different beer? Is there your name Bayou, is there a certain beer that people in your area usually drink?
And Lopez will be here. He's from
It will-
Louisiana.
Lopez will be here, so we'll probably get some Four Locos going. Christ. We do have a jackpot Four Loco in the fridge. And
Oh,
he literally the other day, somebody was like, is that Lopez's? And I'm like, there's only one person
there's
that
only
would
one
belong
person
to.
called Loco Lopez.
There's only one person crazy enough to do it. But Bayou,
Also, I don't want anyone to forget either. We got 9 minutes until the 20% off until 6 p.m. Eastern time is off. So chatsports.com/RR shop.
Yep.
20% off anything in the shop.
all right, so I'm looking here. I see
I sent the link.
Sergio. Sergio, you're in. I see we got Carlos Comedy.
Also, if we want to look
You
at
in.
we got some people with the shirts on.
Louis A. You in. Again, I love the fact that people have sent me their photos. I've shown some of these in some past programs. If you want to get your pictures up here on the Raiders Report because you're buying some Raiders Report gear, I mean, dude, look how happy RF Banks is right now.
Yeah, he's got double.
He's ecstatic right now to be here. Yeah, I mean, dual wheel Raiders Report's wild.
Now
This was one of my favorites because, I mean, this
he's
is
in the
perfect for
casino.
he's ready for happy hour.
Got to be in the casino.
This picture was posted on my birthday.
Oh,
And basically it was like, we're partying with Mitch on his birthday.
got to be in the casino too.
Awesome. This is Richard Black, though. Richard, I flipped the photo for you, so you got to. Richard sent me the photo, flipped the opposite way, and man, this one's special to me. For those that don't know, this is Mercedes. His name's John. Him and his kid. At least I'm hoping that's his. No, I'm just kidding. No, I definitely know it's his kid. I've met John. The last time I actually had dinner with John was right when he told me that he was going to be a dad, and it was so cool. O'Neal Seward, dude, this one was sick. The tag on IG, greatly appreciated. This Raider fan here, his son sent me this photo at his doctor's appointment, and it was like, hey, my dad's rocking the gear, and, you know, I hope that everything's okay since you're at the doctor's office, but, you know, sometimes the fact that y'all are like, you know what, this is what I'm going to wear out in public, it does mean a lot to me, and let's keep on sharing the good word of the Raiders Report. Let's keep growing this community. We're doing a hell of a job here on YouTube, and the fact that we're able to, I think, keep it going, you know, outside of these walls, it does. It means a lot to me. All right, guys, I'm going to refresh my phone. I don't know what is this, Candyland?
It's chocolate bars.
Choco bars?
Chocolate bars.
Yikes. I see Sean Irish, you're in. Richard Black, you're in. Greg Vack, you're in. 20 to win, $340. I
Wait,
mean this
we
when
gotta
I
add-
say this.
We got to add a couple more people.
Got to add a few more people. Yep.
right, one
these
sec.
are the two names.
1 sec.
3 names. Sorry. I need you to add those.
Let's see here.
I mean it. This is your final call to get in.
I like the last one I have was Sean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Last
Sounds
one
good.
I had was Sean.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So Greg is the last one.
So the Raiders mock draft that we did today with the entire Chat Sports team, Fernando Mendoza goes number 1 overall.
What?
I ended up going with Christian Miller, defensive tackle from Georgia, at 36. And then we decided to go with Zachariah Branch, wide receiver from Georgia, in round 3, 67. So tomorrow, guys, our plan is to go live at 3 p.m. Eastern time, just so all of y'all know, for Little Raiders Friday Happy Hour. We've been getting wet and wild on these shows, and I think tomorrow we are going to get a little bit more wet and wild. I don't got anybody else in, so let's get this thing going. 3? Wait, can we get a quick shuffle?
I just did 3, but let's do 3 more.
Oh, you already did. Sorry. I saw
do 3 more.
Bayou. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, my God, dude.
I love everyone outside right now.
You know what this looks like to me? Have you ever
Crave or Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Kinda. I don't hate that. I was thinking like if Candyland went bad,
Ooh.
or I love Rick and Morty.
Whoa.
There's an episode of Rick and
Oh,
Morty
yeah.
where they watch Interdimension Cable.
Ah, yeah.
Like this is some like Interdimension Cable where Rick and Morty
I
they
love
just
that.
come across the channel. They're like, oh, it's Chocolate
Also-
Bars Racing Morty.
30 seconds, but 5 minutes until our 20% off deal closes.
This is
Get your Raiders
creepy
report
from
gear,
Yoda
chatsports.com/RR shop.
Jaime Portillo, yeah, I got you. I know you're in there. You're in. If you guys send it in because I had
Yoda
so
said
much
this
time.
is creepy. 10 seconds.
Because I had so much time, I got everybody in. I promise. Like Gabriel Ruiz, I
5,
gave you 3.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Richard! Let's go!
Bang!
Mr. Richard Black, you're in there like swimwear. Hey, Richard, if you could do me a really solid here. Sorry, Richard, I sent you the note. It says, contrats. Contrats to you, Richard Black. I always wonder how many races guys enter. So Richard Black has entered.
What?
Giggity? Oh, dude, Richard Black's been in some races. This is his 3rd win, I believe.
Bayou Raider.
Bayou. Also, I like Zachariah. He's also related to Cliff Branch. Yep.
All right.
Oh man, today was a lot of fun. Today was different to be able to look at it and to be able to like do what we did. Truly, like it
was fun.
Tons and tons and tons of fun. I really, really, truly did. I like being able to try out new stuff at Chat Sports. I like, for us as a company to continue to grow. Reed will be with us next week for the actual NFL draft. And, today was a little bit of a taste of, for us, what we could do. Also to give you guys a little bit of a glimpse. Well. I had a lot of fun today. I don't say this lightly. Every day that I get to wake up and do something a little bit different. Yeah, my job is, in a sense, I love my job. I think it's fun. It's exciting. But it's like any job. A lot of days, like Thursdays for me, kind of look like what a Thursday looks like. Tuesday, I go live. Friday's happy hour. It's like, so when I get to break it up a little bit and you guys are here in support to be able to do it, it makes it all that much sweeter. But it's really cool for me to just see everybody else here at Chat Sports doing what they were doing. And, I say it all the time. You guys are a big part of the community here. You guys are a big part of what we're growing. You've seen me grow as a man, as a dog dad, as a husband right in front of your eyes, and I can't wait, for this thing to keep on getting it going. So make sure you guys get well rested tonight, okay? Because I've received some messages. Tomorrow might be one of the craziest shows that we have done in a very, very long time. Friday happy hour is fun. Friday happy hour right before the NFL draft when we're getting ready to draft Fernando Mendoza. Really, really fun. When we have the opportunity to introduce a new person, introduce somebody to Mount Raider more, it's really, it's an amazing thing. And I can still remember the first day we came up with the idea with Raider Ron, David's on, and all the other amazing people that have helped us, grow as a channel, as a community. I look at Mount Raider more as a ring of honor, right? Like when you walk into a stadium and you see those names, like those are the Ring of Honor type of names. Mount Raider more is Ring of Honor. So rest up, get your drinking pants ready, give me some bayous down below because tomorrow is going to be a hell of a show for Raider Nation. It's going to be time of celebration. It's my last Friday happy hour actually for a little bit because after the draft, I do have a little bit of a vacation with my wife, Alex. We're going to go to a wedding in Mexico, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Great job today from Reed. Everyone, can we get some reads down below? He did so much behind the scenes. I can't even tell all of you guys what he was doing. The MVP today was Bayou. I expect tomorrow to be an unbelievable show. From me, from Reed, my entire Chat Sports team, we are 1 week away from Fernando Mendoza being a Raider. Good night. Get some sleep. Bring your drinking pants tomorrow. It's going to be a movie.